Hello, happy Crimson Tuesday. Nicholas Patton, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Mousimus, Mug Monster, good to see you, everybody. We may have a Dan tonight. We'll see. So far, so good. Although I should probably hold on. Let me check my messages. I'm gonna keep it open to Dan and see. But yeah, as usual, if Dan does join us, it'll be aroundish 9:30ish. So we have plenty of time before then to get some work done. Hopefully. Disaster Squad, happy Crimson Tuesday. I will be working on a new piece. Well, we started last week, but didn't get too much of it done. So we'll be working on that today. It's the Union Station in Toronto, which does exist and is still in use, and has been in use since Nancy's time, around 1914, but even before that. And we're going to be working on the train station interior. That it's going to be challenging, I think, but hopefully I won't be doing like a whole screen of it. It'll be kind of like vignetted or something, hopefully. Ooh, day in the life. Goman-sama, happy Crimson Tuesday. Let's take a quick look. Oh, yay! Oh, that's lovely. Your kitty is so cute. Your kitty's got the biggest eyes. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. The best. Ooh, okay, Nicholas Patton says, on an art-related note, I worked on a bat sprite that I'll then use as a reference to make bat-themed monster. Fantastic. Yeah, so we're going to be working on a newish piece tonight. Not much to report. She's 11, no, still has a kitten face. Oh, that's the best. That's really sweet. What a sweet little face. There's not too much to report. I guess that I seem to be rolling right into developers update, even though I don't see Inoue. Radiant Human, happy Crimson Tuesday. Asks any eclipse plans. No, not really. I don't have any eclipse glasses or anything, and the idea of like damaging my vision at all kind of freaks me out, so I probably won't even be looking at it when it comes through. But I know some people who are super excited about it, and I hope they have a good time. Disaster Squad says, I spent like 2 hours today doing work, realized I was adding stuff to the project that was outdated, to copy all the stuff over to the real version. Oh no! Yeah, there's nothing worse than that feeling. I've done that before too, where I've started work, but I've started on my older version of the game. Like, not super, super old, but just like I skip a version, and then oops, I have to... I usually just give up and start from the previous build and say, oh well. Because I can't remember what I've worked on, So I try to be really careful about that, but it unavoidably does happen. JBL, good to see you. I'm not accidentally joining this time. This is planned and intentional. Fantastic. I'm good to hear it, and I hope you're sleeping well otherwise, which reminds me I will run the trailer. Always time for tea. Good evening. Happy Crimson Tuesday. And eating with aloha. Yeah, perfect timing. I was about to just roll right into developers update, which is going to be, not much to report. Still post GDC. I'm pretty much back to normal, I think. And working on assets, which has been really good. Not much to report except the list of assets is really shortening up. There's not a heck of a lot to do left, which I'm very excited about, which feels like a late summer release looks very possible. I'm scared to say it, but it does. It actually does look pretty possible. Deluxe Tux, happy Crimson Tuesday. Happy Crimson Tuesday. And Evil Tentacle, hello. Well, much as you're having good hair day, Julia. Thank you. It's not always the case, but yeah. I felt like sometimes I feel like the hair just isn't going to cooperate, and I have to like put it up or something. But today feels pretty good. So without any styling aids, I think I'll be able to just get by, which is nice because a lot of times that kind of stuff eventually makes my head hurt. I've got heavy hair. Anyway, says, I hope you're enjoying creating those assets, but exciting if that light at the end of the tunnel of development is shining. Yeah, it is shining. And that's all scary in and of itself, because as we all know, you folks more than most, that it's been a long journey. And I don't know what life's going to look like on the other side of it, but we will see together. Anyway, says, when I have a bad hair day, I just put on a hat. Beta Human says, the program Beyond Compare is great for finding the changes you've made as long as you have a copy of the previous build source. I'm usually pretty good. Ace, happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, and Edenwith has used Beyond Compare at one job. I think we're supposed to use it for backing up files or something. Oh, JBL says, my hair is thinner than the chance of finding a job with a philosophy degree. A philosophy degree, I feel like, is just a good good life thing, right? Because it tells you, it helps you to learn how to think and everything like that. So no matter what you do, I think it's going to be applicable, although maybe not directly applicable. But I guess I should introduce myself, and JBL is here, and I can't not run the trailer, JBL, when you're here. So welcome to Crimson Tuesday. I'm Julia Minamata. I'm the developer behind the Crimson Diamond, and I'm doing everything on the game except for the music, and the fellow who is behind the music may join us tonight around 9:30ish. We'll hopefully get him on. We were actually thinking about doing another track for the game, even though I have stated that the game music is finished. We might do another track, and I can't remember the track I asked Dan about. I'm hoping it's in a Google Doc or something, and I must have left a note or something, but we will see once we get to that point. It's a good problem to have if Dan is able to make it, and maybe it does have the energy and time to do a bit of composing. Deluxe Tech says, I can't wait, I'm going to get a look at this beautiful art for the duration of the whole game. Thank you. Thank you. Edenway says, that's how I feel about Oberdin. Don't really play, just love the art style. I love Oberdin. I think it's a fantastic game. The art style is amazing. Every aspect of it is really special. So, highly recommend Oberdin if you have not played Oberdin. The hair about my degree isn't much better. What's y'all's degrees in? I've got a Bachelor of Applied Arts Illustration, and I do feel like I use it all the time in doing art stuff, because I was able to pick up pixel art pretty quickly from having my arts background, and also just general graphic design has been really useful too for like UI and like postcard design and all kind of other design. It has been a useful degree. Not directly applicable, but very highly applicable for sure. How about a hair degree? Not a hair degree. Okay. Edenway's got a master's degree in computer science with a minor in German. Fantastic. My degree, Deluxe Text says my degree is in elementary education. These are all very good degrees. And yeah, I mean, oftentimes these degrees, it's not even the content of the degree that you're studying, although of course we all want that to be the case, but there's other things you get out of it, like study habits, or how to think, or how to do research, how to do those things that you learn along the course of a degree. So, life skills. I'm going to run the trailer now. JBL, this goes out to you. Let's do this. Oh yeah, so the game, yeah. Well, we're looking at a late summer release. We'll see. Let me turn this music off. Let me get that trailer going. Let's do it.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Okie dokie, there we go. Oh, whoops, music. Let's get the music back on. Okay, that's just really low. If that one just starts low. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Disaster Squad says, out of curiosity, have you seen roughly how big the file is when your game is done and compiled? Yeah, it's about 200 megabytes, I think. I was trying to surreptitiously check when the trailer was going, but then I ran out of time and then I had to close that. But I think it's like 200-ish megabytes compiled. Always Time for Tea says my degree is in geography with a minor in environmental studies. Judith Butler's lover has art history, philosophy, and now I'm getting an English literature degree. And Edaway says, for my PhD, I think I'll research doing the color quantization to an EGA color palette. Ooh, Edaway, you're speaking my language. Yeah, Deluxe Tech says, I did end up teaching for a few years, but was adult professional, so I taught. Not too much difference to teaching 8-year-olds, to be honest. Tea time on, happy Crimson Tuesday. Or tea Timmy on. Alright. And oh yeah, so Disaster Squad, I did get past the minecart. and I did get past the ghost, and now my issue is the staff. I don't know if you're supposed to get the staff in the room with the spikes. Spoilers, by the way, for Cursed One. I realized that I figured out the way to get out, how to get out of the room with the staff and the spikes, but I also just did the teleport with the blue scroll out of that room, and now I'm not sure because there's the demon fellow, but I don't know how to fight that. And then there's a socket in the blue area with the bathroom, and I don't know what the socket is for. And none of this makes sense to anyone except for the people who played this game, which is also a really good game, and I recommend it. But yeah, it's good, but I am getting stuck again. And like I said, I'm not very good at these games. Okie dokie. Tea Time On says, good job with the pixel graphics. Thank you. Yeah, the scene that we're seeing behind us right now is what we've completed most recently on stream together from beginning to end. So that's kind of nice to have. Rocky Rose says, hi, I'm Rose. My dad met you at the convention a few weeks ago and told me you streamed, so I thought I'd come. Hi. Hello, Rocky Rose. Happy Creamsicle Tuesday. Good to see you. And hi to your dad as well. Yeah, I know you stream as well. Let's give you a shout out. Rocky Rose is a streamer as well. Let's see. We can do this. Do this shout out at Rose. Yeah, I know no pressure or anything, but if you end up wanting to stream my demo, please let me know and I'll try to be there in chat, giving you free hints and answering questions and whatnot. But welcome. Happy Crimson Tuesday. And Gomansama has an art major, English minor. Bet you didn't know that one. No, didn't know English minor. Grundislav, happy Crimson Tuesday. Grundislav, of course, is Francisco Gonzalez, who is currently working on Rosewater, which will be releasing this year as well. Probably the same day as the Crimson Diamond, of course. And Grundislav also streams Wild West Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. And Grundislav, will you be streaming tomorrow? And are you streaming more animation? Edenway says, if I ever seriously take on that PhD dissertation, probably need your perspective from an artist on how to reduce the number of colors and make it look good. Might even be a good problem for machine language training. I'm happy to help. You know me. Especially when it comes to EGA. Okay, and Deluxe Tux has a question for the chat. What's the oldest book or movie that someone spoiled for you where you were upset at having it be spoiled? Aha! Disaster Squad says, FYI, I've never played the demo for Crimson Diamond yet. I just wanted to wait until the entire experience is done. Understood. Always Time for Tea says, I love your close-up scenes. Can't wait to see the finalized intro. Yeah, me either. Me either. We're getting so close now. Okay, Rocky Rose says, of course, would love to try it for demo. It sounds really fun. I will say hi to him from you when he comes off his meeting. Looking fantastic. Hope he's having a good meeting. Okay, Grundislav is indeed streaming tomorrow. Hopefully my shout out cooldown is up, and I can shout out Grundislav as well. Because this thing has timer. Yeah, 4 seconds. Oh my goodness, really? 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. 4 1,000. Okay, let's do this again. Shout out Grundislav. Great. Okay, so please, yeah, if you're around afternoons on Wednesdays, Grundislav does do some wonderful animation work on his streams for his upcoming game. And TV Prime, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just getting started here. There's not really a lot to talk about today. I just showed the trailer, introduced myself, all the fun stuff. Although just yesterday actually, I was on a special announcement stream on YouTube for the Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare, and you can check that out here. Oh no, that's not a thing. Excuse me. 1 second. Grundislav is animating rope tomorrow. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare announcement. Nightbot, there's a link, and they announced some panels and some demos that will be there. I'm going to be on a panel on pixel art. I'm going to have Crimson Diamond demoing. Hold on. I could oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes. I will be doing a pixel art panel at the Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare from July 26th to 29th in Tacoma, Washington. Francisco will be there as well. And also there will be Dave Gilbert, among others, including a Sierra reunion, including Kenny Roberta Williams, Al Lowe, and more. And you can find out more at adventuregamehotspot.com/AGFANFAIR, AG Fanfare. So please check that out. And yeah, I wasn't planning on going, but thanks to the generous support of the Adventure Game Hotspot community, I am happy to report that I will be attending and yeah, participating in a bunch of stuff. So hope to see you there. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, perfect. Winterstuff says, we can do our simultaneous release day of Rosewater and the Crimson Diamond and call it the Crimson Rose Day, which is perfect. Rocky Rose says, I do have to head out now, but I love to have a lovely stream and I'll leave a lurk. Thank you. Thank you, Rocky Rose. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, afternoon. And thanks for coming by. Yes, the fanfare sounds like fun. I can't wait. Yeah, and Pascal Burst, if that's a critical mass of adventure game talent. And another fun adventure game, speaking of adventure game talent, I didn't prepare a graphic for this, but Devil's Hideout, which is Cosmic Void's and Stephen Don's latest game, is now live on Kickstarter. That is how Cosmic Void's been able to continue to just be an independent game developer, which is amazing. Support our independent game developers, and Devil's Hideout looks amazing. Also, there is Cosmic Void does have an itch.io page. You can find that on itch.io Cosmic Void. It's got a Patreon as well, and also a Fourth Wall shop for merch. Hey, Gary Ankles, happy Crimson Good Tuesday. Good to see you. Yes, oh yeah, so that, yeah, this scene has all the fun stuff that we worked on together. Oh yeah, the other thing I guess I might as well have talk about while this is here is, yeah, this Uncranked issue 2 is out now, and you'll have interviews with me in it, with Xavier Nelson Jr., Kim Biller, David Bedard of Sweet Babe Incorporated as well, and Spencer Garland. Lots of talk. I've actually was reading some of it this afternoon, and it's got a lot of really good interviews of devs with a lot of different approaches for making their games and everything. And if you aren't into physical media, you can still read this digitally as well. And Zanya Lasagna is the one to look at for that. Oh no. Oh yeah, it's on UNC. So that's where you can find. There's a link to this amazing Uncranked zine that Zanya puts out. And yes, Gary Ankles, good to see you. Ooh, and TV Prime says The Legend of Sky released today. I don't know if you mentioned. If you did, then I might have missed it. But yeah, there we go. All the fun things. I think that's it. I think we're ready to start working, which means we've got a good amount of time before Dan possibly comes by. I'm just going to check. Nothing from Dan, I don't think, yet. So I think we're good. Yeah. Okay, so we're still good. Definitely check out the that Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare announced VOD now on their YouTube page. I'm on it. Francisco is on it. The CGG podcast folk, Paul Corman and Avigio are on it, among others. So definitely check it out. It was a fun little time. Mike Clam, happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, nice. Okay. Mike Clem says, my issues for Uncranked arrived yesterday. I only read a little, but they're very cool. Yeah, it's a really cool magazine. And yeah, and Eating Way says, I finished reading this issue of Uncranked last Friday while waiting 4 hours to get my car's oil changed. At least a good thing to do while waiting. So much fun. Yeah, this is fantastic. It's a fantastic piece. But yeah, I think why don't we move on? I think that's all I have to really talk about. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. So now you should see Photoshop. And this is kind of where we started with this. And when I do scenes, I like to put Nancy in them for scale. So she's a pretty short person, but you can see how this type of scene with this type of perspective, it's not something I'd really put in the game, because you can see when you start doing perspective like this, And this is the plane that she'd be moving in, this one, so that's fine. But when you start getting over here into the greater foreground, you can see how this completely, just the scale is not working here, and I don't scale my sprites dynamically. So I wouldn't do this kind of perspective in the actual game, but because this sequence that you see during the intro, it doesn't, the player doesn't control it, so the player can't actually move over here and just see how weird that all looks. So that's kind of like a secret special thing to think about when doing backgrounds, especially if you're not scaling your sprites. Yeah, I never adjust her. I never adjust her size. And part of the reason that I don't adjust the sprite size dynamically is because, yeah, like, why don't we actually size her up, right? And we'll see what happens. Let's see. So we can, if we scale her up and do nearest neighbor, it starts to look just crunchy and weird, I don't like it, and especially, like, when Sierra was scaling sprites, like, for VGA games, where the sprite was kind of fuzzy already and you didn't really see their eyes, this kind of thing wasn't as obvious as something that's in an EGA sprite, which is why I avoid doing the sprite scaling. Nancy's, yes. Yes, yeah, Pascal Barsev. There is an option in AGS, I think, to scale a sprite dynamically. I think it's there. I've just never used it, so I don't know. And I don't know. I'm not sure how Francisco handles sprite scaling. If it's just a dynamic thing, or he has different size sprites. Yeah. Oh yeah. We tolerated a lot more jank back in the day. But this is something where I knew the player wasn't going to be controlling the sequence, so it's fine for this to happen. You won't notice as much. Same as an actual train interior, where you're not moving her around yourself, so you won't notice the fact that the scale would be completely off if you move Nancy to the foreground. I also have this as a reference. This train. This. Oh man, come on. Oh no. Did I just crash Photoshop? Did I crash everything? What's happening? Uh-oh. Okay, no, it's not. It was just lagging. Yeah, so this train is a train that I'm using in the game, and it's going to be a good reference for this scene as well. Oh yes, Always Time for C says, I still think you should add a pause feature for cutscenes since some of your screens only show very briefly. Let us admire your artwork and appreciate the details. There is a pause now in the game. It's backslash or slash, whichever one is underneath, between the enter key and the backspace key, that one, it will pause the game now. So that is something I've actually added fairly recently, which of course meant that it breaks the games in other ways. Oh, Grindoslav, yeah, let's AGS deal with it. So Grindoslav is doing dynamic sprite scaling. But yeah, for this, where her eyes are literally 1 pixel each, it would look weird. Like sometimes, okay, it's backslash, Gary Ankle says. Yeah, for her with the scaling, it's so obvious that it's happening that I wasn't cool with it. And also, yeah, I mean, looking back at the Sierra style sprites, they didn't scale them either in EGA. No. But we do have a few of these historic pictures of Union Station interior here. This one in particular is my guide for this, although I have others. So this one was from 1837. This one is from 1908. And this one is from undetermined time. But it's pretty much the similar view, but not the same, because this one's got the overhead walk, which is what I want. So this is for the most part what I'll be looking at. But to each their own. Yeah, I get mixed up with backslash and slash, what they're called. But yeah, here is where we're going to get started. And I was starting by concentrating on the walkway here. So we're going to start with that. Okay. / is falling forward. Oh, see, that's good. I'm going to remember from now on. Thank you, Gary Angeles. Okay. / falling. Okay, gotcha. I see it now. And hopefully that will stick, but I feel like that will. Yeah, we were kind of figuring out the angle for this walkway. And this is not even... Okay, so you can see if I was just to draw a straight line across in this picture, this walkway is not straight, right? And it's to... Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do that on that layer. This walkway is not straight. And it's probably to do with, perspective, so I probably shouldn't make mine straight either. So it's sometimes a good idea to do that. So I probably should just redo all the stuff I did the other day. Although, let's just try to deform it and see what happens. This whole thing. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it that way, okay. Instead of doing that way, I'm just going to try to tilt it a little, and it's probably going to be a massive failure, but why don't we try that first? Oh, and I've got a note. This is why I keep my notifications here. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. And I did get I'm glad I got a bit of an audio cue for that as well. Because I do like to say so when it happens, and for the longest time I didn't have those as audio cues. This is my favorite, one of my favorite features in Photoshop, Quick Mask. So we're just gonna try to just tilt this a little bit and see what happens. So this, okay, so from there it actually tilts downward. So let's grab it, blank it out here. Because it does feel, it felt weird to me last week that this was completely straight across, so we're not going to do it straight across. Okay. Okay, Pascal Bresson says, I think about how DOS was in the past, which is backwards, hence use backslash. Oh my god, no! DOS is awesome. Let's try to just scale this up. Let's duplicate it in case I mess this up too badly. Scantron, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, let's just do that. Ever so slightly. And that worked out okay. Yeah, that's fine. Although I will probably, yeah, move this a little bit down more too, because I don't want them necessarily colliding, although there's no reason why they shouldn't. And that, yeah, maybe that's fine. That's fine, leave it. The Lux talks DOS, back when your computer made you really work for it when you wanted to do something. For the longest time, when I moved from like DOS or PC shell to Windows, Windows felt like claustrophobic to me. It almost felt like I was inside a room all the time. I don't know, which might be strange, but that's, I had to get used to it. Like I liked having the DOS command prompt available in Windows. It just felt like a breath of fresh air. Felt like I was outside, which sounds like such an indoor kid thing to say. Yes, Pascal Borsa said DOS is awesome, not backwards in the sense that it's not. JBL says, "Am I crazy or has your viewership doubled since I first joined the stream?" I don't know. When did you first join the stream, JBL? And I don't tend to look at the numbers until after. So after you finish streaming, about an hour after, Twitch sends you like a stream summary about, you know, the numbers and everything. And I haven't really tracked them long term, too much, because I don't want to be like super obsessed about that stuff. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, we've gotten together a nice group of folks overall. And for me, when I see the numbers like week to week, I always feel like they're kind of staying the same. So it's nice to, you know, someone's taking a longer view. Deluxe talks more command prompt, more like command. Maybe I'll get around to it. Oh, see, Anyway says, I never could stand Windows 3.1. If I had a machine running on that, I would shut down the Windows shell and go to DOS. I actually really like Windows 3.1. I think partly because it is kind of like, it's EGA, right? Windows 3.1. Yeah, beta human, yeah. Windowed interfaces don't feel expansive because of Windows. Yes, exactly. Oh, when you first joined and discovered the sin. Okay, yeah, it's a slow build. It's a slow build. Oh no, or time for the. I'd like to watch more often, but my shift shows at 5:30, so I can never hang around too long. Oh, no, completely understood. Just a Jeffy, happy Crimson Tuesday. Says, as to Pascal Brezov, I think you're all nice folks. Everyone here is lovely, and this is, you know, this was my lockdown social outlet. Still is a social outlet. It's just nice to hang around, and we've done work. We've actually, there's a record, a visual and audible record of us actually getting work done here, although it certainly doesn't feel that way week to week, very slowly. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says, I've always hated Windows. During the Windows 3.1 days, I used DOS as much as possible. When that became obsolete, I switched to OS 2, and now I use Linux. I eventually got used to Windows. Oh, Deluxe X was at the very first Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, those are the days. You've been around, and I appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough for it. Yeah, this is feeling okay. Yeah, I was actually, what I did with this last time is I kind of just adjusted the levels on it because it's kind of hard to see everything. And why is not this working? It's something fascinating when control is not working. Come on. Mode levels. Oh, is it? Because it wasn't. Oh, I know why. Because it wasn't visible. Excuse me. It wasn't. Undiscoverable error while accessing the scratch disk. This is usually caused by corrupted disk format or hardware problem, such as a failing disk drive or a bad cable. Photoshop will now exit. Nice. Nice. That's bad. Bye, Photoshop. You. All right. Give me a second. All right. One moment, please. One moment, please. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's totally fine. Right? Let's close all those windows. It's not even closing. It said it would, and it didn't. Neon Totem said, when was the first stream? The first stream was, I think, my god, 4 years ago, and as usual, I've forgotten to mark that occasion. It's kind of, it started, I think we started like March, April-ish. 4 years ago. Let's not talk about that. I want to say it's 3, but I strongly feel like it's been 4. All right, let's start Photoshop again. Wakey wakey. Okay. Nice. JBL says, almost every time I'm on the stream, I'm working. Right now, I'm editing a research paper for a colleague. Fantastic. Can you tell us what the research is about? Yeah, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Yeah. The thing is I've been thinking about my inevitable post-mortem talk about Crimson Diamond development, and sort of the things I've done to market the game, and all that, and just advice and stuff. And one of them is, yeah, I do Twitch and I put stuff on YouTube, and I don't try to optimize those things. I'm not really trying to like really push hard to get more viewers. I'm not on either YouTube or on Twitch or anything. I'm just putting stuff up there because I don't have the time to try to optimize all those things. It's just a matter of I'm putting them up there, and that's good enough. And as long as I'm consistent, I feel that at least there's some positive to that. It's like about, yeah, if I started obsessing over trying to drive traffic in either place or any place really, that it would just take up so much time and energy. But I still think there is a value in having those consistent presences in those places. Let me pick my things. You don't see Photoshop yet, don't worry. I will tell you when you should see Photoshop. Always time for says, Nancy Maple murder mystery series? I would love to do that. I've actually been thinking about, like, yeah, writing a novella, but a game is so different. Okay, now you should see Photoshop. A game is so different from anything else that I don't know if I could even adapt it. Okay, so let's brighten that up a bit, because I just want to see that the detail there, and I think that's going to give me a better. I'm not going to save it like that because I like having the other detail, but this will give me a better idea of what is actually going on up there. Slash Studio Hyper Crimson Tuesday says, I'm thankful for this stream every week. I'm so thankful, Slash Studio, that you're here and you're working away too, just like me, It's awesome. Yes, and choose your own adventure book. That would be really cool. And yes, keep EGA cool. Okay, Neon Totem says, Twitch Tracker says, first stream, oh no. Yeah, okay, verified. Okay, Twitch Tracker says, first Crimson Tuesday stream was March 31st, 2020. Oh no. Okay, so it has passed. Okay, so, happy anniversary, y'all. I guess I should have done something special today. I did not. Yeah, this is, happy 4-year anniversary, you guys. Yeah, we just did. So thank you all for being here. Super thank you for being here. Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot that everyone just comes out, It's significant. And I always say that, spending time with people is like the most valuable thing, right? So you guys spend a lot of time with me over the years, and I really can't thank you enough. Yay, Crimson Conversary. Yes, it's 4 years. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. JBL of her colleague's paper that she's editing. She's analyzing a novel. I love Dick. Dick is a man's name, but yes, it's also supposed to be a pun. She's analyzing how it fits into the genre or form maybe of auto theory. What's auto theory? Grindislav what? Anniversary? Oh my goodness. Yes. Gee, I feel now like I have to share like special anniversary stuff, and I don't. I'm looking like frantically around the room, just like when I showed my watch on the live stream in San Francisco for GDC. Like I'm frantically looking around the room for anything to show you guys. Oh, what about this? What is this? Is this a thing I can show? Is this a thing I can show? No, that's not a thing I can show. I feel like obligated to show you guys something. What's this? Oh no, that sucks too. Oh, okay, these are out here because no, those aren't any good. What can I show? It's this 4-year anniversary. Oh, if I think of something, I'll show something, but I can't think of anything. Okay. Pre-order special offer for Nancy. Okay, let's keep it simple. We're fine. I wish it had occurred to me. I've been preoccupied lately, so I haven't really been thinking about that kind of stuff, and I always forget anyway. What am I even saying? Okay, so this you can see there is a sign here that says trains something something up there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna just. But yeah, happy Crimsonversary, everybody. Time flies. It shockingly flies. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of time flying by, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oop. Okay, so there's that, and then it's got like, yeah, this, you can see there's like, I say I'm not, and then I'm gonna immediately do it. Yeah, it's got like cross section thingies like this. I can see. Yeah, Deluxe Texas. I guess I can tag on a degree to Crimsonology to my academic credentials. Indeed. Yeah, I didn't celebrate it, but we're celebrating together, right? Like I said, the best thing you can do is to share your time, and you've all been kind enough to share yours. Is it every other? And there's like a triangle and then a straight. Okay, so we're going to straight. Let's do the straight right there. Oop. Straight. Doopy doo. Oh, doopy doo reminds me. For anyone who doesn't know, I also have been doing the Sierra Saturday Let's Plays Level 0 NPCs, and we are playing currently Laura Bow 2, the Degev Emon Ra, and we mostly kind of just chat, but we also, play the game a little bit, and it's always a fun time, and that is where you can find that here at Level 0 NPCs on YouTube, and it's a super fun time, and we kind of we field questions in both on the Level 0 NPCs Discord and also on the YouTube comments, and one of the questions that they had most recently that I'm really proud of my answer was, if you could do a crime in a museum and get away with it, and it's not theft, because that's the obvious one that everyone would say, what would you do? Yeah, Deluxe Tech says, hey, 4 years spent doing something you enjoy of the Twitch streaming versary. Definitely not the worst thing in the world. Not at all. This whole time, I still love working on my game. and it's one of the things about having a project that you can work on your own that I think is so great, is that it's just like a fun thing you can do on your own that is, it's like magical that you could amuse yourself and entertain yourself and focus on something, and then, you know, self-development, and it's all just, yeah, self-done. I kind of think it's amazing. Invest in yourself. Okay, yeah, always time for tea says, I discovered, okay, that's a good thing. That's a marketing thing that I would like to ask people, is how did you as a person individually, how did you find out about the Crimson Diamond? Always time for tea says, I discovered your game through Pushing Up Roses when she covered the Crimson Diamond in 2019. Deluxe Tech says, I discovered it while Julia was doing a panel talk, but I can't remember which panel it was anymore. Might have been 2020. Multiple homicide of the museum crime you would do. Always time for tea says forgery. I said forgery. That's my answer as well. Public urination says Grindeslaw. Okay, Judith Butler's Lovers says, essentially auto theory is a subgenre of autofiction. Think fictionalized autobiographies that combines autobiographic elements with critical and philosophical elements. Would be like you're writing about your experience as a game developer, but apart from just retelling your experiences, you critically reflect on them, often seamlessly through the text. So not just, these are my experiences as a game developer, but these are my experiences as a game developer, and this is what they mean. Gotcha. Oh, Gomantum said, I discovered Crimson Diamond when the Renaissance streamed it. And Grindeslav says, I actually can't remember how I discovered it, and that worries me. Aha! Yeah, so forgery, I said, because I would forge something, and I would forge it very badly, but everyone would think it's real. But, and here's the beauty of my forgery scheme of my museum crime. I would take the forgery, the perfectly forged whatever, and it would be like a crayon drawing or something, right? And then I would take it, to, you know, private art dealer, black market people, and I would invite them to authenticate it, hire all their experts to authenticate it, and it's a perfect forgery, so it would be perfectly authenticated, and then they could bid on it, and they can have it in one of their private art galleries, and they would have the belief that this is their true and real whatever that is, and they would have paid like $20 million for it. So the real one is still in the museum, and everyone can still enjoy that one, and, you know, these rich people who like to have private art that they can then show off to their other rich friends, they would have the forgery that is impossible to disprove that it's not. So that is my whole thing. Basically, I just want to get ahead. Okay, Slash Studio says, about the Crimson Diamond discovery, I saw a blurb about it at the SCI programming community where homebrew SCI games were shared. Interesting. JBL also discovered through Pushing Up Roses. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot also Pushing Up Roses and talked with you for a few minutes at EGLX. Okay, KKK. Grindeslav asked, did we talk online before PAX 2019? I have no idea, Grindeslav. I have no idea. Maybe? I probably emailed you questions about AGS at some point. I feel like that would have happened. Ace as well, same, you found me through Pushing Up Roses. That's fantastic. Yeah, Pushing Up Roses, that's so good to know that a lot of you found me that way, because yeah, I love Pushing Up Roses. I'm so happy. Ooh, yeah, I was on her podcast. Let's share that link in Nightbot. Pushing Up Roses have a podcast with Matt Ocamp called Save Your Game Podcast, and I was on episode 3. And Matt Ocamp, her co-host, will be at the Adventure Game Fanfare, and Pushing Up Roses herself is considering going to the fanfare as well. So she just said that on Twitter today. Okay, Mug Monster says, I'm pretty sure I found the game one day when my normal Twitch channels weren't streaming anything I was interested in. So I was looking at the recommended panel and stopped into Drunkarella the day she happened to be doing the demo. I saw Julia in the chat and followed her too. That's amazing, Mug Monster. Wow. Yes, I was on Rose's podcast, Hondo P. Oh, and Grindeslav says, I feel like I already knew who you were when we met. Maybe because of our mutual friend Matt. Maybe because of that. Oh no, Slash Studio said, I found the thread I found out about you from. It's from 2016. Oh, I know. Shh. Oh dear. Melkon says, I thought all the tickets for AAG Adventure Game Fanfare were sold out. They just went on sale, so hopefully they're not all sold out. Although, so they're on sale. If someone wants to drop a link into chat, please do for the ticket sales for Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare. And Happy Crimson Tuesday, Bill Coon. Beta Human says, I think someone retweeted you on Twitter. Probably Hand Eye Society. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's the marketing question everyone wants to know the answer to. And the answer is like, just you got to just try to get everywhere, right? Okay, so there's a gap between the vertical one. So you just have to do this. That's kind of what is happening here. And it's not going to be exact because, you know, it's not exact. It's just all done by hand. Always time for tea. Hopefully not out due to scalpers. No. Yeah, I imagine... Oh, that one's... Not going to move that one. I imagine there should be some available still. Because that was something that Josh announced the other day. Was that the tickets are going to be going on sale. And I don't think I don't know if they tweeted about it yet, but apparently on the site they're on sale. So you're hopefully, if you are into coming, then you'll be able to. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Bill Kuhn says, yes, link for tickets, please. I am one of the Kickstarters. I didn't know public tickets were going to be available outside of the Kickstarter. Yeah, did you back at a tier, Bill Kuhn, that would include tickets? Because if you did, then you probably should be okay, I'm assuming. That was a lot of qualifiers, but yeah, I feel like you would be okay if you backed at a ticket tier. But if you want more tickets, yeah, you might want to... Oh, other people, of course, who are going to be attending Adventure Game Fanfare. One Short Eye is going to be there, who is, of course, Adventure Game Hotspot community member as well. One Short Eye, I will get links to him as well. Who is a wonderful documentarian of speedy adventures, of speedrunning adventures. And Adventure Game Geek, who is someone who reviews indie adventure games and talks about old indie adventure games, old adventure games as well. So there's going to be a ton of people. And I'm really looking forward to going. I'm so happy that, yeah, they've supported me and allowed me to go to that. Always time for tea says, silly question, but is your Patreon still open? Yes, it is. I think... Where's the link for that? I'm gonna just... Nope, that's not it. Here's me going through all my... Nope, that's not it. J? Is it J? Yeah. Yeah, if you go to thecrimsondiamond.com, there should be a link for my Patreon. I should be better. Oh, is it PAT? It might be PAT. I'm so sorry for all the links. Yes! Okay. So there's the link to my Patreon. I got it eventually. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, thank you, Slash. I don't even think I've ever seen this thread about the SJI community thing. Or, my god, 2016, my god, don't tell anybody. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay. I gotta now comb through chat because I just inundated the chat with my own links. Okay. Deluxe Tech says, there was that one viral Crimson tweet when the whole anti-alias eraser thing happened, if I'm remembering right. Yes. Ooh. Nicholas Patton said, this Subway's reminding me, an app game called Subway Surfers got an animated series. Subway Surfers? It's so old the pics don't show anymore. Was it linked to my blog and stuff? I don't know. Sorry. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, that's back when it was kind of like a tinkery type of thing, because I didn't show the game until 2018, so, it was something I was working on for a long time. And we'll see if I will get to work on the sequel. And the sequel probably won't take however long this has taken, because I've learned a lot during this time. But we'll see. Everyone always says that. And I'm going to say it too. And most people are wrong, and I'm probably wrong too. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's going to give us the basic idea of what... Oh, no. One more pixel over, please. Nope. Why? Why is it always the same pixel that I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. Yes, that's the Photoshop revelation clip, yes. Oh, it's Imgur? Okay. Oh, JBL says, I just saw it again. I have to say again, the EGA Water Nymph Nancy is just so beautiful. Thank you, JBL. I think it's my favorite card. Gee, do I have it somewhere? Hold on. I'm going to just change it to my face, and I'm going to open it up so we can take a look at that again. Yeah, so that's the thing. So speaking of the Patreon, there is a Patreon And there are 2 tiers. Both of them, you will get your name in the credits of the game. And I have now put a deadline on that, so people could probably conceivably, the month that it launches, just join for like $3 and get their name in the credits. And also the $5 tier is I'm trying to look for something and talk at the same time, and that's not working. The $5 tier is you get a card every year, a holiday card. And I'm trying to look for the card that I did last year. Oh, here it is. Okay. Found it. Right. Okie dokie. Okay, back into Photoshop. Here we go. Okay, Slasher said, well, Julia, I'm glad about it because it inspired me to get back at it. Yeah, there's so many amazing things I love hearing, and that's one of the top 5 is when people say it inspires them to like get into pixel art and game dev or get started. Absolutely. Famous last words, see Second System Syndrome. No! Yeah, here's the, this is the card that Patreon people got last year, and I like personalized them. I signed them with like a metallic paint pen and everything. And this one, of course, we've got Nancy here with her clovers, like we have in the bucket paint, the famous EGA bucket scene. There are these red and white clovers, and that is a thematic tie-in with Crimson Ontario, because not only are these the same clover flowers that you see in the intro, but Crimson Ontario has red garnets and some white garnets as well, like they're kind of speckled in and stuff. So red and white gems is a thing, red and white flowers. That's called, they look purple, but they're called red clover. And of course we have, so this is a very Art Nouveau-ish reinterpretation of Nancy's trademark yellow scarf, and the kind of the V of her sprite, and the way that she's, it separates, and she's got the bottom like cyan skirt. And of course this is a reinterpretation of the EGA bucket. Cormorants, there are cormorants in the game as well that are nesting on the cliff. And here's our fish emoji as well. Yeah, and more of the clovers. So. And of course all the colors of the rainbow, all 16 of them are featured here. So I feel like this is my favorite card that I've done yet. The composition would make the pre-Raphaelites weep. Go on, someone says I really outdone myself with this one. I'm really pleased with this one. And this idea also that conceptually it's like snowy back there, and she's this nymph of spring that is polluting this water with paint. But I try to make it look sparkly so it doesn't look pollution like. Oh, there's also clovers in there too. Yeah, so of course clovers are also considered like a lucky thing, right? If you have a 4-leaf clover. So yeah, she's a spring lady. She's bringing it. Dog sucks. I'm inspired here every week. I'm just too lazy to do anything about it. Hey, as long as you're even vaguely entertained, I am also pleased. Yes. Oh yeah. What's time for tea says. One of your first videos, was originally called Ursula. Now that she's Nancy, is Ursula her middle name? Nancy Ursula Maple? I suppose it could be. Yeah, she was. Yeah, her name was originally Ursula because I liked the derivation. It's probably not derived from Ursa, like a bear, where I just like the name. First of all, I think Ursula is a really cool name, but also I was thinking of her as like someone who has like a strength inside of them that is not initially apparent, maybe. Yes, this is the Nancy. Oh, thank you, everybody. Yes, the orange. Yeah. So this is, I went through all the colors, of course, to like really make that cormorant stand. You can also see if we really zoom in, he's got the purple paint EGA reflected in his eyeball. Additionally, the fish is just completely getting it in the face though. Like this, he's never going to be the same, I don't think, this poor guy. But I am pleased with the sense of 3D-ness that's well, not 3D, transparency that's happening there. Yes, Bill could never met anyone named Ursula. Even for characters, I've only encountered the name in the Little Mermaid Disney adaptation. Yes, I think it should be a more popular name. Like, I was thinking, oh, that's another thing. For naming her Ursula, like her nickname or short form name would be something like Sully, which I think is a cool name, right? So anyway, it's not. I don't think it's that trendy of a name, but it's one of my favorites. Yes, this fish is in for a psychedelic trip. Yeah, it's a rainbow trout. Okay, we're gonna Um, back to reality. Yeah, you can see, obviously the clear inspiration for. I kept her with the bob haircut, but I did give her, kind of like more wavy hair there, and yeah, the V shape of there, and obviously the same colors. So anyway, put her down there. Let's go back to this. So we have like the kind of the walkway kind of roughed in. We could probably stick her up there. She could, you know. Yeah, I mean, she'd be much smaller when she would be up there, so that would work. Vaguely. Okay, so then also this is, yeah, kind of, they do this nice arch thing here, so let's do the arch thing, right? A lot of times I freehand arches, or I'll take portions of ellipses if I feel like I need to do that, and I think I probably need to do that here. So let's get that in. Oh, JBL says, my brother's fiance is pregnant with a girl, according to the DNA test, and they've rejected every name I suggested. I would love to hear, JBL, the names you have suggested. Yes, Evil Tentacle, I love that. Yeah, the emoji combo. That's perfect. Because I like the name Ursula. Sully. She could be called Sully. How cool of a name is that for a kid or a grown-up? Because it kind of sounds like Scully. Methuselah. Anyway. Let's see. So there is that, and then you can see in the picture, it kind of, there's a railing, and then it comes down, and that part is precedes the railing. So this is actually a different. It looks like it's joined. This this section here, like that's not one continuous thing. That's this thing, and then this thing is separate. So I gotta make sure that I differentiate that a bit. I might do a different color or something, because if it's not differentiated from that angle in that photo, I'm not gonna get it in this low resolution. It would look weird. So we are going to, let me check, I'm gonna do a Dan check. See if we've got a Dan. Nothing from Dan. No news is good news from Dan, so that's cool. Keep to that. All right, so let's do this. This is the idea of being, I guess I'm doing the hard part first, and also this is gonna give me a reference point for all the rest of this, so it's just a natural. So this railing has to extend in a straight line up to here, and I feel like, yeah, I think this is gonna have to be thicker here, so we're gonna do that as well. Slash Studio asks, is all of Dan's work completed for the game? No, actually. I've been bugging him lately. He needs to get me the sound effects. Years ago now, literally years ago, we actually did a stream where he went through a bunch of the sound effects on the Roland MP32. Whatever the sound bank thing is called. And he needs to deliver that stuff to me. So not yet. That's like the final thing that I need. Because there's not a lot of sound effects in the game right now. And it could really use like more. So this is, oh, you know what? Okay, so there's a, so this is the side of those stairs. So there's the side of the stairs, right? So that's like this, like there's a railing here that will do that, right? And then on top of that is the railing. So that's actually got to go up here. Okay. Judith Butler's lover's names for her brother's child was Teuta, Artemisia, Hatshepsut, Sappho, Inanna, Kali, and Murska. Always time for teasers. I'd love to ask if Dan if he enjoyed working with the Roland MP32 sound card. I would probably say not, but hopefully when he comes on tonight, if he does, we will ask him. Oh yeah. Always time for tea. The Roland was $700 or $800 back in the day. Yeah. I had a Sound Blaster. Yes, they had the same problem with Hatshepsut as I had. Yes. Yeah. Honestly, at JBL, I'm not surprised that they didn't care for any of those names. Like no, nothing personal or anything. I think a lot of them are real hard sell. I think if I would pick one out of the ones you suggested, I might say Inanna is nice. Inanna is pretty easy. And Artemisia is pretty as well. Misi, Artie, Temi. Oh yeah, yeah. 650 US. I believe Dan got his for 150. So this actually goes over here. I should have done that. Oh man, I should have just done it all the way through, all the way up this way. Yeah. And and this part is this part. Okay. And the sign is also probably, I'm going to make that sign smaller. 2. Doopy doopy doo. So I'm going to get rid of it for now. Okay. And then it goes up to the top and then it turns. Okay, let's just get rid of the sign for now, wholesale. Oh, Maru and Happy Crimson Tuesday. Ask JBL. You suggested to name a girl after Wormwood. Which is the Wormwood one? Is that Artemisia? Yeah. I had a Sound Blaster. Sound Blaster was amazing. It was amazing. I think we've talked about before what our first like sound carded game is, and I believe mine was King's Quest V. And for all of us, it was a truly life-changing moment. And so this is the top of that, and then it goes off into the distance, which means it goes off this way. And then this part continues upward. Mug Monster says, my brother also recently had a baby with his girlfriend. The only name I offered was Deathsaurus Grand Cross. Oh dear. Okay, Maruin says Artemisia is an actual girl's name, but is commonly used to refer to plants from the mugwort family. Yes, Satsuru says all of the different sound cards is the reason I'm allowing either AdLib or MT32 and eventually Tandy and PC Speaker. Is your game going to be playable with PC Speaker? Oh my goodness, it's very impressive. Okay. JBL says Artemisia after Artemisia I of Korea, who is the queen of the ancient city-state of Halicarnassus. She was the only woman who fought in the second-person invasion of Greece and was victorious, very rare for ancient Greece. Also, she is named after Artemis, 2 badasses, 1 stone. I like the name Dido. Like I had a cat named Dido. I think Dido's a good name. And there's that singer named Dido as well. Dido is a cool, like, ancient Greek name. You'd want to ask Always Time for Tea, ask Dan if he would compose a soundtrack with the ad-lib, but there'd probably be too much work. He would probably say, yeah, because the Roland MP32 I think was better than those ones, so it would be like a step down, and it was a struggle enough with the MT32. But I'm gonna want him to use it again for my next thing. So this is this, and then at the top, yeah, it kind of because guess what? The next game I'm making is not going to be a VGA game. It's going to be another EGA game. I can tell you that much. I don't think anyone's surprised. And Cassandra is also a nice name from ancient Greek. Although it's a, I don't think many people are named Cassandra anymore. I think that's a nice name. Lots of pretty Greek names for the ladies. Like Idlib sounds specifically Mug Monster. Floppy disk version of Alone in the Dark is greater than the CD version. I'm trying to think of other ancient Greek names that are quite lovely. Boop boo. So this is where, am I going to freehand this? Probably. Hey, Pascal Borsa says, I argue that a lot of women have been left out of history books when it comes to war contributions thanks to narcissistic men. Yeah, there was that Queen of Egypt that they tried to erase from all, you know, all records of and stuff. Right? Judith Butler said, I would accept Cersei or Medea. I can't remember how to pronounce that properly. Then my mother said, you want them to name their baby after a woman who killed her own children in cold blood? I said, I see no issue. Yeah, those ones are hard sell. JBL. Oh no, Edith wanted to name my cat Cassiopeia. I was outvoted. Cassie. This is fine. I'm just gonna, yeah, eyeball it. Okay. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. That was Hatshepsut. Okay, that was that queen. Okay. Mediocre is a fun Greek name. Oh, Maroon had a cat named Cassie. It's a good name for a cat. I think it's a good name for a person too. Okay, so this also, you can see that there's also another arch that's over here. You can kind of see it in the back there. So I'm gonna put the sign back on because I feel like it's helping to obscure some of the detail, and I'm gonna do the same. So yeah, let's do that. All right. Actually, if I'm, instead of trying to just duplicate that exactly, I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Okay. Yeah, it's child being taunted for being named mediocre. It's just set up for the not funny jokes. Yeah, mediocre is a fun name, but yeah, it's a name for a child, probably not. Oh, does that in line? Okay, that feels weird. But it would be down a bit because of perspective. So that's fine. Mediocre by Zeus. Mediocre. Thank you. That's fine. You're sometimes going to have that happen. Okay, and then the... Oh, yeah, and so this would be lower. Yeah, so that is lower. And then we're going to put the sign... I'm going to put the sign on a different layer. Goldman Summon says, Artemisia makes me think of Artemisia Gentileschi, the Baroque painter. Her Judith and Holofernes. I don't know how to pronounce Holofernes. Is there something silent in there? Painting is better than Caravaggio's. I think I know of the painting, but I don't know how to pronounce that. I wonder what the caption is doing. Holofernes. Yeah, Artemisia. Same rhythm as Hermione. Holophony. Or mediocre. Hermione. So this goes like this. I'm going to do this in a different color because I'm starting to lose track a little bit. So we're going to do this. Oh. That's fine. And the sign will be this much so that it can cover some stuff, and I can color this in here. Okay. Okay, so there's that, and then this actually, this is actually a much more extreme angle, so we're going to do that. That comes down like so. Great. And so there's, yeah, the back arch and this arch here. So we're going to use, again, the red to separate them. We're going to eyeball the arch like that. Something. And this is like actually a pretty small, tight arch thing. So. Like that. And then it touches onto this. And then extends past, like so. It's good enough. Okay. Always time for Tisa asks, when working on your screens, how do you decide which screen to work on? For example, you did the Fisherman and Fish a while ago. Yeah, I'm just doing it in the order that it's appearing in the sequence, the introductory sequence. That's pretty much the only way I'm really deciding what is going to be done next. Because I don't actually like having to make decisions, so that's just an easy way to do it. And some of the screens, like the train interior, is something that does occur later in the game as well, like reused, and that's why that one got done out of order. So there's that, and then we're going to. So this is it's kind of weird. It's hard to see what's going on there, but I guess that's another. That's another thing, and then it's open at the top. So here's me just guessing. For a screen that'll be on again for 3 seconds. So let's not sweat it. Okay, so that's getting there. And although it's uncomfortably close to the top, so I'm probably gonna move all this down. Yes, the pause feature. Yes, you're welcome. Oh yeah, oh that's another thing. Yes, okay. Edenwick did suggest working on the outside university building scene to go blame for that one. That one took forever. Yeah, that one was kind of when I was doing them out of sequence. Yeah, this is too close to the top, so I'm gonna have to move everything down. Let's just copy everything and move it down. And that will hide the fact that that one over there is like completely too big for Nancy. Let's just do that. Maybe more. Oh yeah, thanks Edith. I'm still not happy with the trees in that one. I think that needs to be fixed. But I'll probably do that off stream. Yeah, already. Okay. Because I'm not going to have the whole span of the arch thing there, but I do want some of it. Next thing would be... I'm glad that exterior of the building is now finished. It was a toughie. All that architectural detail. Okay. So that's that, and then I think the next thing will be, yes, this side stuff. That's looking decent, I think. It's a decent approximation of what's going on. Hopefully, maybe this won't take as long as I thought it would take. It's just coming along nicely. Next thing will be, let's actually just try to get that stuff in the back roughed out. And I'm only going to see that much. You're not going to see that much of it because my train is in the frame. But that's going to be okay, I think. Okay. And there's going to be more lines for it as well. Yeah. Okay, that. Huh. And then another. And they kind of would get further spaced because of the perspective again. So let's keep that in mind. Okay. And then further. Yeah. That's good enough. It's just a sketch. It's fine. And then there's that crossbar thingy, which is also, we saw that in the other one too. So let's just put that. That would go here. We're not going to see too much of it. But there is. Oh, well, now I'm here. There's actually. Oh, my other train stuff is not here. Oh, not this one. Ref. Union Interior. This window thingy is in the back there. So, I will do that. And then it also kind of does a vertical thing, which I like, because it's nice to break up all those horizontals. There's a train museum there in Montreal. I always time for tea. You can take some pictures. Oh no, it's okay. I mean, this is all. I have the model of train that I have some visual reference of the train, and now that I have the in-game one, I'll just be using that for the most part as my reference. So there's that. Okay, and next will be the curve of this whole tubey thing. It's nice when things are generally these geometric shapes. You can kind of easily guess. Let's do a Dan check. Let's see here. Oh, jump on in about 30 minutes. He said that 15 minutes ago. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to have an incoming Dan in about 10, it looks like. NC Elmer, Hyper Crimson Tuesday. So what great or bad train puns did I miss? People have been showing a lot of restraint, NC Elmer. Okay, Dan said he's going to be on a little bit. That's good. And maybe we'll work on something tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I'm already pleased with the amount of work I've got done on this. It's getting along. But yeah, that's... Mm-hmm. And yes, I thank everyone for not doing train puns. Okay, so that's fine for the... There's probably room, actually... That's probably not flush with the wall, I'm assuming. But it's fine. I was thinking of that, JBL, but I didn't say it. You mean it's chugging along? Yeah, I was literally thinking that exact one, but I just wasn't going to do it. But, now it looks like this diagonal line doesn't work anyway, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I'll just draw another one. It's been train cool so far. Yes, NC Elmeral it has. Oh dear. I feel like this is going to be fine. I still think my voice is not the same as it used to be. I wonder if I should actually move it back that way. Then it would have to be moved more back. Kind of hard to see what's happening on that. Let me try to, like, let me just undo that. Okay, let's see. Do I feel like there's room for people to walk on the other side of that? Yeah. But this, you know what, for our purposes, I think I will keep it simpler. And just make it look like that's flush with that. But accuracy. That's fine. And then the span of it. Yeah, thank you, Belkun. Sometimes the way you try to make something look doesn't work. It's not in your roundhouse. Thank you. Thank you. Beef Pants Happy Crimson Tuesday. There are no trains anywhere near where I live. Aw. I do really enjoy traveling by train. So this actually, these will extend, right? So that's gonna, that one is gonna extend there, right? Okay, so I need to think about this. So that one's gonna extend here. So that's not gonna... Yeah, that's continuous. So that has to go like so. And then this one goes like so, something, right? It's gonna be like... Yes, yeah, Bilkin says traveling by train is great. You get to unset down your own luggage and sit, no strip searching x-rays. Yeah. I think I've mentioned this before, but when I travel and there's that scanner thing, I always opt for pat down instead. I think the scanner is such a non-essential piece of security theater that it just annoys me, and I just don't do it. And I get to the airport in a lot. I've got tons of time, so I'm not even in a rush. So I just let them do the pat down, and I just let them do it right there. I don't care. I don't ask them I don't want to go to another room. You just do it right there. I don't think your scanner thing is like a big deal, and it doesn't help. So I'm not doing it. I'm not participating. And they always say, oh, you know, the radiation that you get up in the sky is more than you get from the scanner. It's just like, yeah, I can't avoid the stuff in the sky, but I can avoid the scanner. Pity when I go for the pat down because I'm horribly touched out. Okay, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. But I don't mind doing the pat down. You know, like I'm not super like averse to it. I don't care. You know, bodies are bodies, but I don't care for the scanner. Okay, it was a joke. Laughing was appropriate response. Okay, I would feel bad otherwise. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see here. So that does this. This does that. This one does there. I think I feel like I need room. Ask the security for hugs. If you act real suspicious, they'll give you more than a hug. That's for sure. At least from what I've heard. But yeah. It's just my minor form of non-cooperation. And they're nice about doing it. Like, I'm always perfectly nice to them, of course, because, you know, that's just part of their job, and I say thank you and everything, you know. I don't make it difficult. I'm just do the thing, and I just thank them very much and go on my way. Ooh, JBL says the whole of the Netherlands is just trains. I love trains. What's going on there? Oh, I don't think the arch extends that far, probably. And I assume It's so yeah, the wall kind of starts there. So even though it's a curved wall, the wall does start somewhere. So let's do that. Doo, 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 doo. Netherlands is definitely a place I'd love to visit, JBL. What's the number one thing you recommend to people who want to visit the Netherlands? And what's the best food you can get in Netherlands? Oh no, what happened? Come back. What did I do? Did I close it? How did I close it? What the heck? Come back. Because when you guys saw in my GDC San Francisco pictures, I did get the sourdough bread bowl with a crab chowder. With stroopwafel. I've had a stroopwafel, but I had it in Boston, I think. Not in Netherlands. I love a good waffle. Dutch cheese, Seagull 2000 says is nice, but the Beastie Boys recommend the pancakes. I don't know if that's a reference or that's just a real true statement. Seagull, happy Crimson Tuesday, by the way. Okay. So this actually needs to be taller. Oh no, JBL says no Dutch food is good, nothing. Go to all non-Dutch restaurants. The only thing they have that's good is fries, herring, cheese, and oliebollen, which is just fried sweet dough. Just fries, herring, and cheese. Cheese is a pretty big category. This is not as tall as the one that's in the picture. And it's slightly bothering me. But I don't know if I want to do anything about it. Oh, okay. Seagull 2000 says, when I'm in Holland, I eat the pannekoeken. They say in one of their songs. Understood. Yes. I want to make it higher. I'll try it again. Let's try it again. Okay. It's like that. It's like really quite high. I don't know how to... I guess I should make that one higher too. Let's see. Oh my god, Dan the band. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Ooh, are we working on game assets? We are indeed. This is still in the inter sequence, Dan. Let's give a shout out to good old Dan the band. Dan, of course, being Dan Polakar, who is the composer of the Crimson Diamond, who used the Roland MT32 for the music, and I'm very pleased with it. Yes, I know the Dutch oven joke. I'm familiar. Welcome, Dan. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I had an idea of composing a track. I don't know if you're up for it, and I don't remember the idea, but I'm gonna check my Google Doc when we rate to you. But are you live? And that's the most important question. Are you alive, and are you live? And I have Dan the Band links if you want to learn more about what Dan's up to. He's got dantheband.com and Twitch. Also, Dan the Band is where he streams when we do the music stuff, which we'll be rating to soon. And on Twitter, he's Dan the Band. Therefore, happy Crimson Tuesday for Fortune and Glory. SA's done as well. Dan, what's your favorite Dutch food? Dan has a favorite Indian restaurant, I think, in the Netherlands or something. Let's give a shout out to Davor. Good to see you. Oh, you know what I didn't do? This is perfect timing because we're about to rate to Dan. Our EGA Modern Text EGA modern EGA text-person adventure game creators. Cosmic Void working on Tachyon Dreams anthology, and also released today the Kickstarter for his new one, Devil's Hideout. Dave Wars working on Fortune and Glory, also streams Twitch TV/DEIVORE. And Kinney Games is making Signal, and Echo Iris is missing. Mousimus has remade Enclosure in 3D at MAUSIMUS. Ichio Philforte has made 4 Snail Trek games. You can find them at snailtrek.com. And Slash Studio is working on Betrayed Alliance 2 and remaking Betrayed Alliance 1. You can find that at rjslattery/betrayed-alliance. And you can, yes, thank you for the link to Cosmic Void's fresh cook Kickstarter for Devil's Hideout. And if I can give Davor a shout out, that would be excellent, but I probably still am on timer. Annoyingly. Yes, yeah, Dan, I remember Dan saying that his favorite Indian food is in Amsterdam. Fantastic. So there's a shout out to Davor, who also does stream art development as well. I've been seeing you with your title screen and it looks completely gorgeous, Davor, so good work on that. Thank you again for the raid. And yeah, Dan, are you live? Do you want to tell your story about the favorite Indian food when we get to your channel? I am just now. This we got some good work done today on this. I'm still trying to figure out the arch angle for this. Archangel. It sounds like I'm trying to say archangel, but I'm not. You're live, sure. Okay, cool. I'm gonna raid to Dan. If you've never had the pleasure of watching Dan either talk music or do music, we're about to do that right now. The only Dutch food that's good as weed, JBL says. Okay, I'm gonna set this up. Archangel is funny. Let's set this up to raid. Dan the Band. It's been a little while since we've seen Dan, so first of all, we'll be asking what Dan's been up to this whole time. Dan the Band. Let's set that up to raid. Great, setting up to raid. I'm going to save this. I'm going to switch the camera to me. I'm going to set this up to raid. I'm going to save this on my Google Drive. Google Drive. Backing up. Back up early. Back up often. Closing this. And Dan, I'm assuming you have a Zoom link for me as well? Okay, well, it looks like we're all on. I will join you over there shortly. I have to get my Zoom link from Dan in Messenger, and maybe we'll compose something. Who knows? I'm excited. We'll see you there. Rating now.
There we go. We are live. Happy Crimson Tuesday.
Happy Crimson Tuesday. Look who it is. Long time no see.
Who is it?
Hey?
No, you know what I was just looking up on my browser was the restaurant. You guys were talking about restaurants and food in Holland, and specifically Amsterdam. So I was looking up the restaurant that I remember, because I don't remember the name of it, but I'm like, I remember there was a Chinese restaurant that's on the water, which was right next to the hotel that we stayed at. So I figure it's got to be close to that, because I walked from the hotel to the Indian restaurant, so it can't be that far. I want to say it's called like something kind of like predictable, like Taj Mahal or something like that.
Okay.
You know, but that's I think that's it. I think that's the. Let's see. Let me switch this to the other computer. There we go. Switch to the other. Oh, there's no Julia. Let's put Julia on. The Sea Palace Restaurant is the name of it. And it's like basically in the water. So I was staying at either the DoubleTree or one of these. I think it was the DoubleTree. That's where we stay, because it's also like right on the water. Although I don't know that we have an Amsterdam trip this year. We'll see. I want to say Taj. Let's try it. I have some. What did I just do? Taj Mahal restaurant, Amsterdam. Yeah, that's it. I think. That's it. Yep, because that's not. How far is that from It's a little bit of a walk, but it's not that far. Because I think the restaurant, Chinese restaurant, is here somewhere. If I'm right. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep.
Okay, so that is your. So now we know at long last your favorite
Yeah, that's it.
Indian restaurant in Amsterdam.
Well, wait, they have a window? I don't remember them having a window, but
Oh my God.
that looks like it. That's got to be it.
Okay.
And yeah, that food is quite good. I went there with some of my bandmates, but I've also been there with one of the fellow members of the Big Box PC game collectors. He happens to be the Guinness Book of World Record holder of the largest big box PC game collection in the world.
On?
Anna, yep, Anna
Anna.
Bros, yep.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I met him in Amsterdam a couple years back. That was probably 6 years ago. What is my favorite Dutch restaurant in India? That's a good question.
Oh my God.
I've only had like hotel food in India, so I really haven't had a good experience of Indian food in India. But I will say the Indian food in the UK in general is amazing. Amsterdam, obviously, that has my favorite. I want to say it was Hungary. We had really good Indian food as well, and it was really cheap. Poland also. And I'll be visiting a lot of different places. I'm actually visiting 2 new countries this summer that I have not been to.
Oh my God, what?
One is the Czech Republic.
Okay.
And the other is, actually, I might have been here already. I can't remember, is Romania.
Ooh.
I don't think I've been to Romania. I think it was Bulgaria. I've not been to Romania, so I'm going there as well. So that's 2 countries to add to my list.
Nice.
And you know, it seems ridiculous or whatever to say, oh, you have a list of countries you haven't visited, but a lot of times I end up going to the same places over and over and over and over. I mean, you've seen me now twice, literally at the same place.
Yep.
In Toronto. So,
but not this time. This summer, you're going to be doing a different venue.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Prague. I don't know anything about Czech Republic other than the Mission Impossible first movie starts off there, and that's really cool. So. Yeah, and I haven't, believe it or not, Italy. I've never had great culinary experiences in Italy in all my times in Italy. Yeah, and everybody says like, oh my God, it's so amazing. I've just not maybe run across the right places or have had sufficient time to explore the local fare. Oh, here's another good one. I think it was Norway. It was either Norway or Sweden. We had the best kebab that we've ever had anywhere. It was unbelievable. It was super late at night. Just fantastic. I don't know. So I'm picky. I'm not a foodie, but I'm picky. Like if something isn't good, I will not be quiet about it. You know? So anyway, the Tuscany area, they don't put salt in the bread. Yeah, I don't remember the bread too much, but I don't know. Julia, I saw a really cool thing that right before we went on this we jumped from your stream to this stream. You did like an announcement of the games that some of the fellow chatters are working on.
Yes, it is.
Can you possibly copy and paste that into this chat? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, I think so. You mean the EGA people?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can grab that.
It was Davor, Mousimus,
yes,
Cosmic Void. I'm not sure who else was in there.
Yes, I can grab that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Because they will call you Danislav. Prague, yeah, that'll be nice. I'm not sure exactly where we're going because a lot of times these cities I can't pronounce. Let me see here if it says anything. Yeah. Oh no, we do have something in the Netherlands. Cool. Germany. Czech Republic. Yeah, I can't really tell you. Yes, and this is Romania. Yep. So there's the two countries that I didn't know about. Oh, nice. Perfect. So Cosmic Void, Tachyon Dreams, Davor, Fortune and Glory, Kinney Games is Signal and Echo, Iris is Missing, Mousimus is Enclosure 3D. Phil is Snail Trek, Slat is Betrayed Alliance. Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so we are in business. What the heck? You had an idea.
Yeah.
You said
I did.
we had an idea for tonight.
Yeah. So I mentioned before that I was taking a look at my tracks in the game, and I realized that there's some that get used a fair bit.
Sure.
And the one that gets used the most, I felt like that use there could be more variety in that use.
Okay.
And it was the eavesdropping track, like that. It gets used a lot. There's a lot of conversations to listen into, and I feel like it might get a little bit repetitive.
So we could add eavesdropping. Okay, let me turn the MT32 on.
Oh, let's fire it up.
That'll
Yeah,
be
sorry, Happy Comes a Good Tuesday.
Place to start. And then let me fire up Pro Tools and see what we have.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and someone was Always Time for Tea was asking about the ad lib, and have you ever like would you ever like consider composing on for the ad lib?
Who was asking that?
Oh, Always Time for Tea. I don't know if they're here right now.
Oh, I was gonna say what? No, I'm just okay, yeah. I would do it, but right now I don't know of a good modern way. Maybe there is one that I could use a modern DAW to do it. Yeah, and it is really FM synthesis, so a lot of emphasis is on the synthesis part of it, which is not really my most, let's see, I'm not super passionate about the subject. Yes, I'm passionate to the sounds, but like as far as like creating the sound design and doing a lot of that sound design, it's not necessarily my favorite thing. I like to have other people do the sound design and then just go in there, use it. Yeah, OPL3 sound font. Yeah, you could do it Whiskey Tango Foxtrot with a sound font. And then you could incorporate that into modern DAWs. Speaking of modern DAWs, why the heck is... Look, I'll give you an example. There's a modern DAW problem for you right there. Okay, so anyway, let me close and restart, or maybe reset the computer. Excuse me. But yeah, the sound font would be like kind of like an easy way to get around it. What I've thought about now is I have other sound modules here. I have a Roland SK88, which is actually a keyboard and a sound module. It's similar to the sound well, it is a sound canvas. It's the sound canvas keyboard. I think I've shown it off before. And then also I have a Yamaha XG sound card, and I also have an XG sound module, which I think is probably, you know, if I had to do something similar to this again.
Hopefully you will for the sequel. I'm hoping.
For the sequel, what I think I would do is I probably go to a different sound source, maybe like the sound canvas or something. Like, I don't think most people would hear the difference. I mean, there is a difference. The sound canvas is quote unquote better. But it's not that much better. So, you know. So yeah, I would consider it. The Roland Sound Canvas keyboards are cool. Yeah, I haven't really used it much, to be fair. And you can see behind me there's a keyboard right here. And my keyboard cam, I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Is it working today? Let's see. No, it's not wanting to work right now. It says it's working because it's lit up, but it's not actually working. Anyway, whatever. Okay, let's see if Pro Tools will open now.
Yeah, GBL, same here. It all sounds like Star Trek lingo to me, too.
Yeah, it is. What's going on? Yeah, Dex said I have that VST. That's really to emulate a Yamaha DX7, which is a great keyboard in itself. It's just not really associated necessarily with uh yeah, it is FM synthesis, but it's not necessarily like the sound of the DX7. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. It would give you a similar sound. Yeah, it's not ad lib, and you'd have to learn. Yeah, you'd have to kind of learn the ad lib um, card, and yeah, there's just things to it that I wouldn't want to tackle, mainly due to time constraints. Yeah. I have a lot of the old PCs. I don't have an actual AdLib card, but you can get the AdLib clone cards now for pretty cheap. I think, 50 or $75 instead of 900, you know.
I actually found the track description for the thing I'd want, I
Oh,
think.
perfect. And
Yeah.
I was actually going to open one of my other sessions that I'm working on because I can
Hmm.
kind of share a little bit about this
Yeah.
project because
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
going to
It's
be
been a while.
commercially released.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me go into first. Let me go into the right folder. 20.
Oh wow. Seagull 2000 says one day soon there'll be a modern MT32 clone, Beringer or someone.
Well, they have the MT32 clones. They're the MT32 Pi. You can run an MT32 with a
Oh.
Raspberry Pi.
Hmm.
It's like a physical MT32 with outputs. So they have that already. Yeah. That's really popular for
Hmm.
people doing retro PC boxes and also the people that use the Mister FPGA. Oh, it's nerdy. Believe me. If you're interested in nerdy, you've come to the right
Oh
damn
yeah.
place. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, and Seagull, that's exactly right. Now, nerdy and cool, that's pretty much Dan in a nutshell. Super nerdy and pretty cool because he does travel the world with Jean Paul, so that is like relatively cool, I
It's
would say.
relatively cool. You said you had the name of the track.
Well, it's not, it's a description. Like it doesn't have a name because, we haven't even started it, but
Oh wait, I want to look this up. What did they say? What did he say?
yeah.
Neon Totem said AdLib synth Oploid FM synthesizer or OPLoid, whatever.
Oh, thanks. Seagull says we're both nerdy and cool. That's really sweet.
Okay, let's see. Max. Oh, it's an instrument for Ableton Live. Oh, and look at that. It's ugly. Oh, sorry. I'm not showing everybody. It's ugly and everything. It's got a really hideous looking.
Is it EGA? It looks like.
It's probably EGA or
Oh,
yeah, because
oh.
the actual like software that you use to program the OPL's FM stuff looked like that.
Oh,
It
I
kind of
like
like
it.
had that like DOS shell
I'm
kind of
suddenly
look to it,
interested in
or
this in
basic
a very
kind of
limited
thing.
way.
It's not an accurate emulation of the OPL 2 or 3, but a synthesizer on its own. It closely mimics them. Vaporwave 2 algorithm, blah, 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 blah. Well, let me show off something.
Yeah, do it, do it, do it.
Because I can call up some of the weird synths and play some of these weird sounds that, people might be interested in. But yeah, Behringer is doing really cool stuff with their remakes. Roland is doing really cool stuff with their boutique remakes, and Yamaha is doing really cool stuff with their Reface keyboard series. And they're cheap. They're like, $300 and whatever. That's relatively cheap for a good, what I think is a good keyboard. $300-$400 or whatever. You got one of the 808s? That's amazing. If you want a real Roland TR-808, you're going to spend thousands of dollars. Yeah, the Behringer made one, Roland made one. Anyway, let me call up some of these sounds because I actually do have some synthesizer stuff that's not new, but like plugins that maybe, I don't know if you guys can even read these. Oh, it looks like you can, hopefully. I don't know how the broadcast looks, but if this is readable at all. Is it readable or not
For me
really?
it is, but I'm just on the Zoom. And I
Oh,
think
okay.
people can zoom in, and yeah, it's definitely legible.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So one of the plugins is FM8. This is like very FM synthesis driven. This is a Native Instruments. Let me see. Let me play some. But you can hear that's already way better sounding than any OPL synthesizer will sound. So you got to try to like either shut the effects off or use like the worst sounding. Yeah, that just sounds too good. That doesn't. I mean, it sounds like a DX7 more, but it sounds too good to be an OPL onboard sound card. All this is too good. Yeah, this isn't even a good example. Let's see. There's another one called YM. The hell's it called? It's got a really terrible name. Do I not even have it on this machine? It's possible. Oh, maybe not. I have so many synthesizers, I don't even know what's on. Oh, there's actually a couple of cool ones. But these are not the who was talking about the Behringer stuff. This is not Behringer, this is Air Instrument, but this is like supposed to be a what's it called? Like a Moog Model D or whatever. Which I think this keyboard should be a mono synth, like it doesn't have the ability to play more than one note at a time. Yeah. All you can do is change the legato. You can't change. You can't. If I press more than one note at a time, it just does weird sounds. I don't know. They sound okay, but they, you know, sometimes they're so accurate that they take a lot of work to get a good sound out of. You know, Grundislav. Hey, tomorrow's the NYC meetup.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. I was talking to Francisco about that. Are you gonna go? Can you go?
I cannot go.
Ah.
I cannot attend, but I would like to. What else is there? Let's see if there's any. Oh, well, there's some of these other ones that are. These are actually cool because these are designed by one of Hans Zimmer's like techs. So he has like sound designers that work for him, and this guy's like the most famous of the sound designers. And he made this company and made these synthesizers. So this is like originally I think the first one they did was Zebra, and they used it for the Dark Knight soundtrack. So like they built their own synthesizer or synthesizer plug-in, and then used it for the Dark Knight soundtrack. And that's like a lot of where this stuff, originates from. But I don't, do a lot of Hans Zimmer sounding stuff. But this you can kind of hear has like a really very interesting synthy sound to it. I don't know. Like kind of 80s-ish sound. That's pretty cool.
Good night, always time for tea. Happy Crimson Tuesday. That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is just what you can do with these VSTs, which is virtual instruments, has gotten so much better. And I mean, I was there when they basically started making them in the 90s, and I've just seen it's unbelievable what they're doing. And even from like the last 5 years, it's unbelievable what they're doing. What's possible. Multi-browser, piano. Which one was it? It was this one? Yeah. So this is like another really famous keyboard. This is a little bit later. I think this is like 1987, I want to say. I'm not sure. Something like that. But these are not really associated with video games because at the time video games still had to fit on like small, small data cartridges or ROMs or whatever they were, even with PC games in the 80s, I mean, what was the biggest stuff that you had? I don't even know. Like, games weren't that many discs in the 80s unless they were like 5 1/4 or something. Then you could get a fair amount, but, Colonel's Bequest is 1989, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so we're at the 1989. And what King's Quest 4 is 1988 or 1989?
I don't know. I would have to guess 88, but I don't know.
Because I just use King's Quest 4 as an example because it was the first MT32 Sierra game. KQ4 is 1988. Yeah, so that makes sense. There's a fretless bass sound. I think I showed off this the Seinfeld bass on this one time. I think it's the same plugin.
Oh, gee.
Where is it? I don't remember where it is. If I can, maybe is this the fretless sound you're talking? Well, they made that. Somebody made a Seinfeld like mock-up, right? They made like a mock-up of a LucasArts game or something like that.
Yeah, Jacob Generica did that.
He did it. Okay.
The guy who did Paradigm.
But it was just a mock-up, right?
Yeah.
It was not real. Okay.
No, sadly, no.
Oh, this is. That's the sound right
there.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not really a big fan of the show or the music in the show. Yeah, so anyway, what I'm working on right now, and I can kind of talk about it. I'm working on like a new project for Sync, which is the idea is that it's to be pitched for television specifically as opposed to like an artist or something like that. And then not necessarily television, but this particular EP will be geared towards that. So kind of the way we did the soundtrack to the Crimson Diamond, think of it just as like one body of work, right? It's not one song, it's just one body of work, one game, whatever you want to talk about. So this is kind of the similar idea, but just music. So I'm not doing a full album, I'm not doing a soundtrack, I'm just doing maybe 3 to 5 songs, a collection of that. And then I'm pitching that to either music supervisors who are in charge of placing the music into films, video games, advertisements, whatever. Sync agents, which are kind of like a middleman for between the supervisors, and ideally they have contacts in that lane. And then what you do is you'd make something that's very targeted. So this in particular, we're using the word haunting. It's considered haunting pop. That's what we want it to be when we're done with it. And I can play a little bit of, this is one of the tracks we have. Now it'll sound like pretty empty at the beginning because it's supposed to be a lot of vocals. So that's why it kind of sounds like nothing right now. But you'll hear it build up. So anyway, that's
Mm-hmm.
what we'd consider haunting pop. That's um one of the tracks. And I just kind of was like, all right, so I think we have 3 or 4 songs so far. They're not finished, but they're like written. The lyrics are written.
Hmm.
The vocals haven't been cut. We don't actually have an artist yet. We have to get an artist to
Hmm.
do it, to sing the songs. And it doesn't even have to be one artist. It could be like multiple. It could be male, female. It doesn't really matter. It could be a mix. Like there's no real guidelines to it. Like we kind of are making up our own concept. Yeah, Seagull said it. A concept
Mm-hmm.
album or EP, and then you do another one that's like a totally different concept. I'm working on another one that's like sports anthems, and it'll be
Mm-hmm.
another 4 or 5 song collection to be pitched to somebody who's repping that. So what I could do is I could make the song or make the EP and pitch that one EP to one agent or agency, and then I could take a different EP, sports one, maybe to a different agency that works more with the ESPNs and the NFL
Mm-hmm.
networks of the world, as opposed to one that works with the Netflix or the Amazons of the world. If that makes sense. Big key
Hmm.
bed, nice. Yeah, or the Taylor Swift goat singing, yes. Man, that's an old one. But by the way, I think Taylor Swift, and this is probably a hot take, she's potentially the greatest artist of all time.
Hmm.
And she's like, what, 30 something years old, 32 years, 31 years old, something like that, 33 years old. I don't know.
So yeah, what causes you to make a statement like that?
What she's doing right now
Mm-hmm.
has never been done.
Which is?
Well, her tours are grossing an unbelievable amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Her show, I don't know if anybody's watched this, it's on Disney Plus. Her concert is on there, her full Eras tour or whatever. Yes. 3 or 4 hour sets back to back for months. It's a hot take. I think she's not necessarily like, obviously she's not a dancer like Michael Jackson was or something like that, or Beyonce is. But I don't know. What she's doing is just like she's rewriting rules. She's rewriting the record industry.
Hmm.
She's rewriting streaming because she's deciding to pull her music from those services. She re-recorded all her own masters, so she
Mm-hmm.
owned the masters, and the record companies didn't anymore. So she's done a lot of things that have drastically shifted how the industry is shaped. I mean, she's certainly the greatest artist of my lifetime.
Hmm.
Pop, Heaven's listened to pop since the 90s. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a Swiftie. I can't even tell you. I'm not really like a fan of her like that, but her what she's done and her music, I think I don't think there's been anything like it. Since the closest thing I could think of is Michael Jackson, and then maybe before that, Elvis, excuse me, Elvis, and then the Beatles,
So what
things
I'm
like
hearing is,
that.
in terms of how she changed the music industry, like that's a huge thing. But do you like her music?
Yeah, I think her
You like her
albums
music
are
too?
great. I
Okay.
don't think she's the greatest singer, but I think her
Mm-hmm.
albums are great,
Hmm.
you know? Pioneer of the industry, not art, and one song of Joni Mitchell's blew out. I get you, but yeah, listen, I'm certain. I'm certain I'm not going to get that many people in here that agree with me because I don't think you come here to hear me make Taylor Swift sounding music anyway. So that's cool. I get that. But what she's doing, and, you know, it's it's not, it shouldn't be lost that like the biggest artists of the past, I don't know, 15, 20 years, like the top number one I'm talking about, have mostly been female to me. Beyonce has been at the top. Rihanna spent time at the top. Britney Spears in the early 2000s spent time at the top, where they were just touring and they were performing and their records were doing great on radio and all of it. I'm just talking about all of it. So the Backstreet Boys, they were cool, but they were like a group and they were a boy band, but same producer, the same producer, Max Martin, who's still working on the greatest albums, including Taylor Swift, currently being made, including Ariana Grande's latest 2 singles. I think he worked on both of them. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I do think that Taylor Swift is the greatest artist of my time. Like, and it's not really close. You know? I don't know. Yeah, of course, if you're talking about something that's like way outside of pop music, you know, if you're talking about like a composer or something, I don't really look at it the same way. I don't know. I don't consider myself an artist, really, which is, I don't know. Some people probably would. They're like, oh, you're an artist. I'm like, I don't know.
Why do you not consider yourself an artist?
I don't know. I just never really thought of it like as something like that. I just like, I do the music that's needed. So either that's me playing live or that's me creating it in the studio or recording it in the studio, whatever. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm making, at the moment, my own projects, even though I am.
Okay.
Even though I am. I mean, I'll put an artist's name attached to things, but I don't know. I just don't see myself that way. I don't know. A creative, sure. Artist. Do I look at myself like a Taylor Swift? No. Not at all. Not at all. Artist versus artisan. Yeah, no, I believe you. Popular music. Harumi Hosono can never get that too because they can't in Western music. Huh. Well, I don't even know the name, so.
So what about Taylor Swift do you think caused her to like be this awesome force? Like, is it basically because she's been working with these big people that are very good at what they do?
I think it's her. I think you really have to give credit where credit's due, because what is hard about? No, nobody else has had the clout to do that. It's not because nobody's bothered. Trust me, people have tried to do. Ryan Leslie has tried all kinds of things, and it's worked for him, but it's not worked for, you know, the masses. Granted, Taylor Swift is literally the top. Yeah, in Germany. Yeah, my buddy works with a band there called Crow, or a artist there called Crow. I think his name is CRO. I don't really know how it's pronounced. That's fair. I don't know. I like, I wouldn't hang up her poster on my wall, but I don't like, I think she represents a lot that's missing, you know, industry wise. Like for me, like the music is consistently good. The songs are really well written. The productions are excellent and original and unique, I think. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, Beyonce's, it's funny. Beyonce, I'm not really a big fan of Beyonce's music for the most part. Or her singing, even though I think she's a phenomenal singer. You know, I don't know. Just it's to each his own. You know, and I can't really. Beyonce's like right now saying the same thing as Taylor. Oh, Taylor, you're the top artist in the world. Well, I'm gonna drop my country album and say, you know, I'm gonna have something to say about that. So that's crazy. I think they've been here in in a big way. You know, that you're talking about Beyonce's been at the top for a long time. Taylor Swift has even been, she hasn't been to this degree of the top, but she's been a top artist for a long time, you know? Anyway. Oh, we lost Julia. I got to get her back. Let's do that. View full screen. There we go. Okay, we should have Julia back.
Yeah, I didn't just leave in a huff because of Dan's music.
my controversial opinions.
Yeah, I don't care for either of them really, Beyonce or Taylor. I don't like any of their music. I don't listen to their music, and I don't find any of it that particularly interesting. But yeah, of course,
Really?
I'm obviously in the yeah. I've heard some of it, and it just never sticks.
Yeah.
It just goes right through me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think this. I think I like Rihanna more. Yeah, I agree, I'm a fan.
Rihanna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even say that I like Taylor Swift more. 'Cause she's
See, that's
not
what I
really
mean.
she's not, but I think she's the greatest artist. Despite
Well,
not
look,
liking her. She
you say you
might
talk about
not be
her.
my favorite,
You
but
talk about her album concepts and like her whatever. All
yeah.
that, like there's so many other people that are doing that stuff, right? It's not just her, right?
Not at that level.
She's got like all the best people working for her. So of course, like her music video is gonna be the best music video or whatever. Like her
Oh, I don't know
concert's
about
gonna
the
be the best
videos. I could care less about the
concert.
videos. I haven't
Yeah.
even watched them. But whatever, I'm talking about her live performance video. Like
Sure, like yeah, of course, like there's a
her
billion
full
people that
three
are
and a half hour concert is on Disney Plus, and it had, you know, I've watched not all of it, but I've watched a decent amount of it. So, Tori Amos, yeah, Tori Amos is great. Tori Amos is great, but she's never had that kind of recognition or fame or any, you know,
Mm.
or even really hit songs like that. She came from a different era. You know, that's the other thing. The music industry has changed so drastically, mainly due to CD sales not disappearing, but declining since the year 2000, 2001, in there somewhere. That was the peak of the music industry, recorded music industry, physical sales. If that makes sense. By the way, did anyone see the Cyberpunk tweet? I think it was a tweet or
Uh,
what is it on? It was on one of them. Was it on Instagram or was it on Twitter? Let's look it up.
oh my goodness.
Cyberpunk. Let's see. There we go. There it is. Where is it? What the hell did I just do? Oh my god. Yeah, Cyberpunk announced a floppy
Yes.
edition.
Yep. 90 something thousand floppies.
Is
Yeah.
is that what it was?
Hmm.
Oh god. Anyway, that's a great game, and I thought they were actually doing some kind of promo floppy, and I was like, hey, that's cool. The tough part is nobody's actually manufacturing discs. So like, even if they were only giving out a single disc in some package, which I thought that was what it was because I glanced at it really quickly, like you wouldn't be able to get these discs. You'd have to buy. There's no discs being manufactured anymore, as far as I'm aware. From what I've read, that all that manufacturing stopped in like 2014 or something like that. So the only discs that you can get now are new old stock,
Right.
or used. Whatever.
And you've bought some, so
I have a fair amount, and I anticipate that despite having boxes of new old stock, when I do recreate the soundtrack, there are going to be some that just don't work. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Thankfully, I have the same disc copier that Romero Games has, and if it gets a bad disc, it spits it out a different way and stops the process. So you
Nice.
know that disc is bad. So I can replicate, hopefully, whatever.
For the upcoming MIDI album of the Crimson Diamond soundtrack.
There you go. That's
Yep.
it. Is anyone making USB flash drives? Yeah, they do. And you can do that. Romero Games has done a lot of like shaped. Let's see, .com. They've done a lot of like shaped stuff. They're recently. This is their most recent disc, floppy disk, and this is the Sigil 2 level with John Romero's signature and pin. But then if you look at the package, let's see, the shotgun shell. This has a shotgun shell USB, which I should actually, where's the sticker sheet? There's the shotgun shell. The thing is, the cost of the USB, custom USBs, is significantly higher. Like right now, I think the labels are going to cost more than the actual disc, if my research is right, or it's going to cost about the same as the disc for the type of label we're talking about wanting to do. And speaking of which, while I'm doing this, where is it? There it is. I should show off that I do actually have a copy of this.
Of course you do.
Well, I have a special copy of it, but they're all signed like this. This is still sealed. I haven't opened it.
I'm assuming the signature is under the seal, not on top.
Well, there's two signatures actually. This is like it tells you which edition it is, because they actually made a 5 1/4 edition as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So let's see. One thing you can't do, Dennis Pop. Yeah, that's the beginning of, well, it really goes back to me. Max Martin starts out of a band from Sweden called ABBA. If anybody ever has heard of that band, probably you know some of their music. And let me tell you something. I was in Sweden and Norway last summer, and I have a video on my phone somewhere that the DJ was playing in between the sets of the show. The DJ started playing ABBA songs, and the crowd was singing along like that's what they came there to see. It was unbelievable. I was like, man, they are not playing around about their ABBA in Scandinavia. They are not kidding. So anyway, I think ABBA kind of starts the whole pop, Swedish pop movement, and I'm sure there's probably people that come before that, but they're the ones that really like came out and sold a lot of records, and you know, made songs that are forever in the canon. At least it will be in the rest of my lifetime. Yeah. The downloader is 112 gigabytes. That's 78,000. Nerds. I love it. You were in the right place. Yeah, so you said you had the
yes,
the thing for the eavesdropping.
Yeah, so a variation, like a different type of a thing.
Yeah, let me just get to the okay, so I want to take a listen to the
current eavesdropping track.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you remember the title of it?
I think it was just called yeah.
Interesting. I don't see it here.
Hold on. Let me see if I can see if anything rings a bell.
We must have called it something different.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to look through these.
Oh, no. Eavesdropping and eavesdropping 2. Oh, look at that. Make a liar out of me. yet. Okay, let's not
Okay.
save this. Let's see what comes up here. 1920s demo. That's actually yeah, the 1920. Did you never heard this? Okay, we should play this because it's cool. This is a track. I don't know if this is the finished version or not. I think it might be. But this is a track I originally did for Empire of Sin. That it was the demo before I even got the gig. It was the demo that I sent. And this would never have made the soundtrack anyway. So this is just what got me the job as far as I remember. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so this is all addictive keys. Let's see if this will play back. Instrument 6. Let's call up addictive keys. Oh, I had a lot of interesting things on here. Whoa, hold on. That shouldn't sound like that. No, this is the demo, right? Yeah, because we don't have our MT32 in here. So this is the demo. There's a I think it's called Ragtime or something like that.
We used that in the game, didn't we? The ragtime one?
Yes. I think it's in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the demo, but the actual one sounds better than that, I think. There we go. And then it loops back to the top.
Yay.
And so on and so forth. So that technically that's not the demo, but that's the final version that you'll hear. You actually won't hear that version in the game. You'll hear this. Something that sounds more like this in the game. Anyway, that's the MT32 version. So that's more like what you'll hear in the game. Well, we've already printed all this stuff, so
yes,
whatever it sounds like, it sounds like. I would say I was kind of not strict with the harmony, especially in the bridge, but what I tried to do was a song form that was similar to something like Maple Leaf Rag or something, like one of those type of songs. And literally I remember making this, if I remember correctly, I was in Florida when I started the demo, because like they asked me to do something, and then I was like, she didn't ask me for a demo, but she said something about, can you do this style of music? And I said, you know what? I said, yes, but let me make sure that I get this job by sending more music than I need to, and say, hey, I made this. What do you think? They're like, wow, this is perfect. Of course, it wasn't perfect for the actual game, but at the time when they were in development, that's probably more what they thought the soundtrack was going to be. They didn't know it was going to end up completely different. By the way, I don't know if I showed this off. This I don't know if I told you about this. Julia, this came up. Somebody put together the entire soundtrack.
Ooh. Yay,
now it doesn't
awesome.
it's unreleased. So it's 3 hours and 27 minutes. It's actually not, there may even be more songs that are in the soundtrack. There was supposed to be a soundtrack released. There just never was. So let's see, I can go through this and kind of, oops, if it plays back. Oh, I got to change this. Whoops. Yeah, something's up with this. Properties, enhancements, advanced. 44.1, there we go. Okay, boom, boom, refresh. Boom, so there we go. Okay, that's not one of my records. 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 This is one of my records. Oh, that's right. They put the short one in the final of the soundtrack. It's weird. I don't know what happened with the game assets, but there's a longer version of this song. That's not me. That's me. And ideally, you can't tell the difference that it was 2 different composers or 3 different composers that worked on this game. Combat music. And then I did all... Oh, is that me? No. No. I don't think I did any of the bar music. I did some of the brewery music. Yeah, this is mine. So there was all kind of different music on this, but I thought it was cool that somebody actually took the time to put this whole thing down. And they actually, some of the labels that they had, let's see, are correct. Safe House. So this What's the bonus track? That's not mine. Should I play some of the unreleased music from this?
Sure.
I could, because I have access to it. Dropbox. Let's see. Empire of Sin. Soundtrack. Here we go. So this is some of the stuff that I don't think... Did this make it in the game? Yeah, that's in the game. This is not in the game, but this is one that was made for the game. Another kind of ragtimey.
Mm.
And this is real trumpet.
Nice.
So that's one. Here's another one. Let's see. Let's see if this made the game. No, this never made the game.
Mm.
I think this has flute on it. So that wasn't in the game either.
How many tracks do you figure that you made that didn't make it?
Well, there's 5 here. I think
David
there was
Prime
more.
says.
And then one day we worked on stream one day, and we worked on a piece that I think never made it. Like I never even sent the demo to John. And so that would that 5th phrase is pretty common. Which 5th phrase? The flute part, because I didn't write the flute part. He just came and improvised. So I don't know. Yeah, we had these weren't necessarily like, maybe that's why they didn't make the soundtrack, because they weren't really like that vibe exactly. These were too happy. I don't know. This is pretty chill. This could have made somewhere in the game. Now, believe it or not, you won't believe it. Let me open the file for this, because this was actually, let's see, what's the name of the company? Romero Games, 2021. Empire of Sin. No, I don't even know where the files are now. do I? No, it should be here. No, I'm not even going to be able to find that file. Well, oh well. I'll find it and then we'll revisit it another time. But basically there was I was going to show off the bass because somebody mentioned the bass. The bass is actually all me, just playing it on the keyboard. Now this is real guitar. Basically, I need to do a project of this music as well because what I've also been told is like if I had a whole project that wasn't already owned by another entity, then I could relicense it to multiple different outlets. And I think this music would work well in those type of things. But anyway, let's see if we can do a little eavesdropping music before it gets too late.
Yeah.
We didn't even listen to what the eavesdropping was. So let's do that. Don't save. Okay, here we go. And something's wrong. Sure, of course, always.
Oh yeah, what do you think of that AI music stuff, Dan?
What AI music stuff?
There's a
I have
new
yet
AI.
to hear anything good, other than like the little covers, like the Drake thing. That was okay, but I don't really like Drake to begin with. So I mean, listen, he's done some amazing stuff too, but Taylor Swift absolutely dwarfs him. It makes him look, like nothing. It's just an artist that can speak to any demographic of people. Your great grandmother, if she was still alive, would know who Taylor Swift is, but there's probably zero chance, even though you're in the Toronto area, the GTA, that she would know who Drake was. You know what I mean? Like, those aren't household names. Now, Beyonce might be a household name. Drake, maybe. Maybe in the GTA more, but I don't know. Exactly. You kind of agree, so.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if my mom knows who Taylor Swift is.
Oh, come on.
Mm.
Really?
I'll have to ask. I'll let you know.
How about Drake?
No, of course not.
Even
But
though
she
he's
might
like,
know who The Weeknd is, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, that
he's
guy's from
Toronto as
Scarborough.
well, right?
He's from Scarborough.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
I would be shocked if she knew The Weeknd,
No,
but
I
not
just
Drake
only because I
or
might have
Taylor
intentionally,
Swift.
I would have pointed him out to her. I'd be like, that guy is from where,
Well,
where
that's
we come
another
from.
thing that I think people don't appreciate about Taylor Swift. She's still using live musicians on her shows. That's not a big thing. Like, people
That's
aren't
good.
doing
Then
that.
glad.
People are not doing that. Okay, let's see what we have here.
That's not it.
This isn't it?
No. What is this?
I don't know. It sounds like the wrong instruments are playing back. Hold on. What is MT32-8? Patch.
What is this? This doesn't sound like anything that we've done.
I doubt this is what we did, unless the tempo's wrong or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
this is not a
something we
thing.
never finished. There's 2 eavesdropping things anyway.
Okay.
This was number 2. Let's see what number 1 is. No, this looks like the same thing.
That's so
but
weird.
It's way faster. Okay, hold on. Well, it has to be right because I just bounced this and sent it to you, right? You're not still waiting for the asset.
No, I've got
Yeah,
everything.
you
It's
got
all
it.
in.
So either that or I'm looking at the wrong session, but I don't think so.
Yeah, that's it. But it's like the wrong instruments, but that's it.
Yeah, the wrong instruments I could see.
Yeah, but it's the right track. Yeah.
51, 92, 83. Okay, so we only have one of them.
Yeah, well, there's what I've been using another track also for sometimes when there's overheard conversations.
Okay, we definitely need something else. That's not going to work. So let's make this into.
Well, there's something that sounded more finished, I thought, than that one.
What was the other one you've been using? Do you know? Can you
play
it?
Hold on. I wonder if I could. Let's see. What if I was to play my own game?
So Neon Totem is asking, wonder if session musicians will start playing to train generative models. I don't think they have to, because you can just do the same thing you did with like the Drake voice. You just throw in their body of work into AI and it'll absorb it and it'll just have it. Like it's, if it can do it that well. I mean, we're at another frontier in a way. Remember like the .coms, that was a big thing. Like that was like the internet was a frontier in the 90s. And I feel like AI is another frontier that we've reached in tech, in my lifetime anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna try to let's try to do full screen here. Okay, Alt Tab.
Times Square New Year's Eve parties have yet to have any actual music.
Can you enable
Really?
Participant sharing?
Hell no. Excuse me.
No.
Share advanced sharing options, all participants. Boom.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to share my screen, share, and I'm going to turn the volume on. Oop. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can you hear it? Can you hear everyone hear it?
Can you hear?
Oh man. Okay, hold on.
You might have to send that source.
Okay, yeah,
OBS,
I might have,
which is kind of annoying.
Oh, can anyone hear it? I guess it doesn't matter if you can't hear it. Okay.
No.
What if I just send you an OGG file?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
That's easy.
Okay, hold on.
Are you gonna email it to me?
Yeah, I'll just email it to you or something. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then you can play it. Okay, give me a second. Compose. Attach.
Should I play another instrumental from the Haunting EP?
Sure. Yeah, while I look for this, yeah.
This is another song that I have. This is more cinematic.
All right, sent.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. that's
Very
that one.
nice.
And yes, I do have a boxed copy of Outlaws. Absolutely. And this is the what's the handful of missions bonus version. So there's like the original one, and I think this one's like essentially more like an expansion, like you know how like Doom had like extra levels or whatever. This was like that kind of thing because it's a first person shooter with maybe some of the best music and cutscenes. They're probably the cutscenes and the music are better than the game. The game is good, but the hit detection is a little.
LucasArts made. I didn't know that they made something like that.
Yeah. It's the only Western themed one that I'm aware of in that from that era. I don't know if I ever saw it in stores or not, but I definitely played it when it came out. So I don't remember if I had a copy of it or if I borrowed it from somebody or I played on somebody else's computer or what. But yeah, definitely Outlaws is a good title to have. Man, I think I've played. Have I played the intro on here one time? I want to say that when we first started streaming, I was doing a lot of videos of intros.
4 years ago, Dan. So we started streaming March 31st, 2020.
So it's been 4 years. Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost our exact 4-year anniversary. That's crazy.
I know. I didn't even think about it. Didn't occur to me.
Well, and the game's almost there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so let's take a listen to this. I like this.
I hope so. Oh, God. Any chance you'll be in Tacoma in July, Dan?
Yes.
Yes?
What day is it again?
26th to 29th.
I'll be in the Northwest. I'm not sure I'll be in Seattle. I might be in Oregon. But I will be in the Northwest. At that time, yes. Yeah, you did a stream yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago?
Me? Who?
You did a live stream, or not a live stream. You did like a event.
Yeah. Adventure Game Hotspot. They were doing an announcement stream yesterday on YouTube, and I'm going to be on a panel.
You got to talk about that.
Oh no! I just that's all there's to say. I'm going to be on a pixel art panel, and I'm also going to be demoing. I'm going to have a demo table there. That's it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to show off the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a lot of bit because you can.
Because I can.
I don't know. How do you like? Do you just play the demo at the events, or do you have the full game available for people
just
to
the
play?
Demo.
Well, what about? I wonder what. Oh, we lost Julia again. I wonder if. I wonder if it's. Let's see. Where's Julia? There's Julia.
Yeah, it's just the demo.
Okay, because I was wondering, like, the game will probably be closer to being
sure.
shipping version by August or July, end of July, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder.
And Grindeslov said there's a game composer panel happening at AGH.
Do we know who's on it?
Oh, well, Ken Allen's going to be at the thing. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did some kind of live event with Ken Allen before. That was forget what it is that we were promoting.
And Robert Holmes as well.
Was Robert Holmes on the stream as well?
Well, no, but he's going to be there apparently.
That'd be cool. He lives in that area, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I think he does. I think him and Jane live there in that area.
Oh, JBL says linen or silk is a material for the 4-year anniversary, and especially for Julia, the gemstone is blue topaz. Alternatives are blue zircon and amethyst. Thank you, JBL. Yeah, blue topaz.
Al Lowe, naturally.
Oh, Ken Allen to be decided. Okay, gotcha.
Robert Holmes.
Thank
Well,
you.
I guess it's adventure game music. I wish they could get Mark Siebert because where's he? He's oh no, he's over here. He's in the DC metro area, I think. Um, but Al Lowe's in the northwest. Robert Holmes is in the northwest, as far as I know. Ken Allen, I'm not sure where Ken
Mm.
is located, but hey, they're transporting people from all over the place, so you know. I saw you guys on there briefly last night. You and Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was cool. But that would be cool to attend that event.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we've got here. Let's duplicate this 4 times. Let's set this correct. Boom. Boom. Okay. So I think we need something kind of mysterious. You said you had some keywords.
Yeah, so okay, so you know how that one sounds kind of like it's kind of like people are scheming together almost. That's the feeling of
Okay.
that one. This one, um it's almost like it's an overheard conversation, but it's kind of two people who don't agree with each other. They're not arguing overtly, but they're just kind of like being curt and icy with each other
Okay. Let's see what we
in
can
an
come
overheard
up with.
conversation. Because we have that better eat your vegetables type track, but this one two people are arguing. And this in this
Right,
case
right. That one's a lot more. That one has a lot more action to it, though. That I feel
exactly.
like
So
this
this one
should
is
have.
something like less actiony, but kind of curt,
Right.
icy, overheard conversation. You're hearing these two people having this conversation. They don't like each other, but they're not overtly arguing.
Okay.
I already like that sound. But it almost sounds like kind of mystical.
Yeah, I like the sound.
The sound is nice though. And some, something to indicate, yeah, something is not quite right.
Yeah, some. Ken Allen is West Coast. He was at GDC once, and Mark Siebert. Yeah, Mark Siebert is my favorite composer of Sierra music. Maybe one of my favorite video game composers. Certainly of all the Sierra games, he did my favorite games. He did Space Quest, Quest for Glory, the first game, Heroes Quest, Quest for Glory, and also King's Quest V. Even though most people think of his song from King's Quest VI, right? That's like everybody's favorite record.
Which is his song?
The Girl in the Tower.
Oh,
My favorite song of his is the Weeping Willow Tree without the lyrics. I do not like the
yes.
lyrics. Please, no lyrics.
No.
But
No.
the song, the music is really
It's very nice. Beautiful. It sounds kind of starting to sound angelic.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go there.
Oh, Conquest of Camelot, also Mark Siebert. Nice.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think the lower sounds good because they would be like kind of like muttering almost maybe.
We just got to make sure we show off that box really quick.
Oh my goodness. Of course.
I have most of these within reaching distance. can't do that. That's too to something else.
It is to something else. I agree.
That's definitely to something else.
Yeah, that's too. It sounds like Twin Peaksy.
Yeah, well, it's. Let me see. What did I do?
I'm glad you didn't go high for that thing, because I'm glad you went back down.
I got an idea.
Okay. Because I was thinking something kind of with something irregular going on in it, like off balance.
Conversationally argumentative.
Yeah, just kind of like something's not quite right, something uneasy, kind of. So it wouldn't be so even.
No, that's not the right chord. That should be it.
Maybe maybe a bit quicker like that, but like not not too quick, not too slow.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And then we sprinkle something irregular on top of that. It's nice.
Okay, let's do that. And then it'll loop back there. So I think if we do some conversational, argumentative stuff over the top of that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, B flat mixolydian. Is that what I'm in? I don't even think. Never-ending story. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Me either.
Is it actually good? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I remember the weird-looking dog guy, flying
Yep.
dog dragon.
Yep.
And that's about it. I remember him being the star, and I don't think that's the case. And he talked too, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Does it? Well, Adele remade the song, right?
Really?
Well, Go Easy on Me is like the same melody, yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel this stuff's all too high-y.
That's the Never-Ending Story.
Oh, okay.
And
never
Adele.
mind. Okay, thank you.
Mixed into one.
Oh,
You're welcome for the copyright.
yeah. Thank you.
Mute.
This is too fun.
Too fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Too humorous. Gotcha. Yeah, we need a better sound.
Yeah, we also need a better sound. Like, I'm looking for something kind of... Maybe that. Or maybe that. That's also good. But I don't know if I want something too echoey, because the back of it is already echoey. It might just sound like you're inside of a church or something. Maybe that would work. Yeah, short. Yeah, I like that because it sounds, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I like these. I like the idea of the deeper brass sound to go with that. Mm-hmm.
That was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Let me see what this sounds like. Oh, and let me get the numbers. 32, 48, 48, and this is not assigned yet. Okay. Let's listen to that back. That should sound pretty good, though. Let me shut off the click. I got an idea already. Okay, so let's
Ooh.
go to... that's not the right sound.
I don't mind that. That's kind of... I don't mind that flat one.
That one?
Something that had less reverb on it. It was like flatter, just like bap bap, just hitting it.
That one?
No. Okay, maybe it was the other one played shorter.
That's better.
Yeah, that could work.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It gives it rhythm, because you won't hear the click. You need some kind of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You can orchestrate it a little more, but I think we're about there.
Yeah, I don't want to go too much. Like, it's already, like, feeling, like, a bit much, but I also really like it, so I kind of am fine with it. That's kind of fun. I wonder, yeah.
I'm running out of polyphony. It's not good. What I could do that might be interesting with the bass, since it's not really pulling through, is what I could do is just double it with another sound and see what that sounds like.
Okay.
Not that sound.
I even wonder if that's the sound we should have, because it makes it sound kind of modern.
Nah, you think so?
No, it is good. I like it, though, because it's nice and soft.
So you run out of polyphony because you're using a real MT32, which only has, I think, 24 note or 24 voice polyphony.
Can we make it a little slower in here? Hear what that sounds like?
Yeah. Slower?
Well, I don't know yet. I feel like slower is better because I feel like the
Slower than
fast.
that?
Yeah, let's try. Let's just see because you always want to push it and then go back.
Is that too slow now? No, it's probably not. Maybe even slower.
No. Well, exactly. That's what I mean. Let's keep going until we push it too far and then have to say, okay, that was too slow. Okay, I do like it slower.
Me too.
I think,
And I
yeah,
like it with the simpler bass.
yeah. Mhm.
I think I'm happier with that without the bass duplicated.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. And it's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes,
it's
somewhere
great.
in there.
And if it can loop, that would be perfect.
Yeah, it loops perfectly.
It's perfect.
It already loops perfect. Let's save this. This is. Oh, we save this as another eavesdropping? Well, that's silly.
Yeah, don't do that.
Eavesdropping 3. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, sweet.
So what did you call it? Sorry.
Eavesdropping 3.
Oh, great. Okay, I'll call it that. Eavesdropping.
You know, I did like how this was labeled.
Yeah, it's
Like
great.
for this
Perfect.
game, like it makes it easier to the better you name your files, the easier it is for somebody else. And what the answer is always, can somebody else look at your files and make sense of them?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, when you have to be in a collaborative effort, that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a big problem.
Yes.
If you're a solo show, fine. But even as solo show Julia is, she's collaborated with me. So that already takes it to a whole nother level because now it's like, oh, well, not every decision is, you're in complete control of every decision. Not that you'd want to be, but the more I guess collaboration you have, the more important that it is to do it. So even think about there's a lot of developers in this chat now that I'm sure have a lot. I mean, I know Francisco has a large list of collaborators on his games, whether it's publishers or voice actors or writers or editors or world builders, all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah, and you can do it all on your own, but I think it's always nice to have the ability to collaborate with other people.
Yep. It's huge. Yeah. Even my experiences working on Space Warlord Organ Fitting Simulator and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
deliver assets, they have to be labeled a certain way, right?
Yes, they have to be named under a certain convention. Absolutely. Yeah. And things, you have to keep everything super organized so you can refer back to things if we need to refer back and everything. So
Right,
yeah,
version control and stuff like
it's a
that.
huge thing. It's really important to, yes, to be super clear. And also everyone is using the same naming conventions and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's interesting. It's just I teach students once a week, right? In a school, and we're not necessarily preaching version control because that's more of a software development thing or game development, whatever you want to call it. But I do preach, like, if you've put something together, you want to be able to recall it
Mhm.
as is, and if you make changes, you want to be able to go back to one that you've already sent out.
Mhm.
It's one thing when you're working on it all by yourself, but then once I send you a revision, I can't just go revise. If you like it, I can't just go revise it further, and
Mhm.
then it's like, well, what the hell are you doing? So
Yeah.
revisiting old work can be tricky. Oh man, can it be?
Yeah, it's also like, actually I have a fairly recent example where someone, I did these illustrated posters for this woman like literally 10 years ago, and she just emailed me like last month saying that she wants to reprint the posters and I still have the artwork.
Oh
And it's
man,
like these are like digital files from 10 years ago. Like
do you still have them?
I managed to find them, and it was
Wow.
like a miracle. Because first of all, I used to have it up on my Society 6 page, but then it was only for her to order from the Society 6
Right.
page. So then I like took them off of that. And then also they would have been like an archive thing, but Society 6 now only lets you save if you don't pay them a monthly
Ugh.
subscription, they only let you save like 10 designs. So
Yeah.
I'd gotten rid of that one as well. I went through all my emails because I never sent her like the actual file, so I didn't have it like saved in Gmail or anything like that. I like dug through all my old hard drives and I managed to find it, but
That's
it was a huge,
crazy.
yeah, sigh of relief.
That is crazy.
10-year-old file. Like if sometimes clients will come back
Ugh.
and ask for that, right? So I just
Mm,
finally just gave her the file this time. So it's like she's on her own now with it. Next time she
that's
needs to reprint that.
yeah, that's a lot. And
Yeah.
the same thing happens with music. It's like the problem is once this software updates, the old plugins don't run anymore, and
Oh
you're
my
missing
God.
sounds. You're missing
Yeah.
unless you've printed them, and even if you've printed them with effects that are no longer in the software, are no longer supported, so you have to redo the effects. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. And there's no great way around it besides printing stems. And that's how it's done with a lot of the projects. They're supposed to be printed that way so that if I take my files to an engineer to mix, he should be able to read them.
Yeah.
If Julia sends her files to Strange Scaffold to do whatever game she's working on, it has to be labeled properly so they know what the hell she just sent them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, well, what is this? It's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Quark Express 4. I don't know Quark Express 4,
Oh,
but
it's a graphic design program from like
okay, okay, okay.
25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Well, Seagull
Uh,
2000 makes a really good point. So you keep your old computer just in case you need to resurrect old music. The problem is, even if you do that, you have to. I mean, for me, I would have to maintain so many systems, and they die. They just die. Like that's what it is. And I'm a guy with a bunch of retro hardware, and it still dies.
Yeah, even still,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
rely on that retro hardware, to do a good job for me now. And honestly, like with the retro workstations, digital audio workstations, to me, they're leaps and bounds better than they ever were. They were garbage in the 90s. I used them. They were garbage. They were as good as they could have been, but they were so much more clunky than they are now. They're way less clunky. And they're still problematic, trust me. Like Pro Tools freezes all the time. It has problems, bugs, whatever. There's bugs in it that have been in there for 15 years that I've seen. I'm like, oh, this is the same Pro Tools bug, no matter if I use it on Mac or if I use it on PC. Anyway,
Mm.
better to just play violin sometimes. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Final, Untitled 33, Revision
Yeah.
71. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, I think we got a really good
It's
piece
fantastic. Send
here.
it. Send it to me now. Why don't
Uh,
you show everybody the process of converting it to
because I need this
OGG file?
computer, so I can't have us on.
I know, I'm just trying to cheat it out of
Oh,
you because otherwise I'll be waiting for months.
well, maybe I can do it now
Oh my God.
after
Oh my
I'm
God.
done.
Nowadays, even like finally I managed to finagle like Dan's Twitch login information out of him so I could just download this from like directly instead
It's
of
easier
begging
to do.
him for weeks.
It's easier to do that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because I usually like to release my VODs on like the Thursday, like which is 2 days after, and it never like I can never do that if I'm like asking you for that for the stream and
No,
everything
I
because I
hear
can't
that.
realistically expect you to do it for me like within a certain time period, so it's just good for me to do it on my own.
Well, the other thing is we're almost at the end point, so we have to have everything locked in.
Yep.
What do
Oh
they
yes.
call it? Picture lock in the film industry.
Oh Jesus.
What do they
Yeah.
call it in?
Hmm.
I forget what we called it when we were doing Empire of Sin. There's technical names for it.
Yeah,
I don't know what
lock,
it
some kind
is.
of lock, yeah.
Some kind of lock, right? Yeah.
Some kind of lock.
And they're
Which reminds me,
milestone based and all these things. And
sound effects, Dan, I need them sound
yes, you need
effects.
the sound
Yeah,
effects.
I do.
You definitely do.
I do. But yeah, all you'll need to do is just text me whatever the pin number is for your Twitch, and that's it. So it's all good. It's a lot
Okay.
easier than you having to like do it all yourself.
It just
So
less time consuming.
yeah, for everybody.
And that's the main issue with using the MT32. It's a lot more time consuming. Believe it or not, you hear these modern things that sound
Mm,
amazing, and it's actually easier to do that than it is to use retro hardware, shockingly.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm so grateful that you went whole hog with it. I would never ask anyone to do that,
The
but
interesting thing is like I think there's Sound Canvas plugins.
mm,
Sound Canvas plugin. There was. I think it's abandoned. Yeah. Oh no, they still sell it. Oh, because Roland does it for part of their cloud. That makes sense, actually. This is cool. So this is the entire software, or the entire hardware in the software, and it's 70.
mm,
Oh, sorry, I'm not showing this off. $70,
mm,
and it looks like the Sound Canvas.
mm.
1,600 presets, 63 drum sets, multi-effects section. This would be 1,000 times easier to compose with, I'll tell you that much.
Mhm.
What else is in this Roland Cloud? I got to see this now,
Oh
because
my
Roland
goodness.
Cloud is quite interesting. Oh, we also got to find somebody to raid, too.
Yeah, we do.
Let's do that.
But you want to like compose with that for the sequel? Oh, okay.
I think so. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't actually know.
But would you be
Roland
able to output them as
Cloud.
MIDI?
You would be able to, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Here you go. Here's 50 Roland virtual instruments. How much is it? $20 a month or something? It's too
Mm,
much.
mm,
It's too rich for my blood right now.
mm-hmm.
Oh no, there's multi-plant free.
Mm.
Core, Pro, and Ultimate. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, it's not gonna. Oh my God. Yeah, where's the?
oops, we lost Julia one more time. We'll get her back before we do the raid. Okay, so that's not really that bad.
Wait,
Access
wait, wait.
all. I'm just looking at the what
Mm.
software is included. All wave expansions, all legendary instruments. Well, this is really confusing. So I see this, I'm reading all this, I just don't know what the hell they're talking about, what any of that stuff is. So what, $20 a month, $3 a month. $3 a month I can deal with.
Yeah.
Then you can purchase lifetime keys, sound patches for hardware. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I should do something with this.
Yeah, look into that maybe.
I should do something with this. I'll maybe if there's like a demo or something, a 30-day demo. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Perfect. I'll see what it is. But anyway, that sound canvas thing sounds pretty interesting, and it would save me a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it would save you a lot of time because I could literally bounce the files like
Yeah.
that and send them.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Ask Taylor Swift to buy it for you. I've done $69 worth of promotion so far today.
Oh my God.
Twitch doesn't think so, but I think so. Okay, let's jump back to this and let's decide who we're gonna raid up. I actually saw. Oh, she's not on anymore. Dang. Oh well. She was a girl named Raquel who does music stuff, some interesting music stuff, and she's actually managed to like put together a career performing live. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Sea of Stars. Kilgore Trout is doing Deus Ex. That's cool. I love that game. On GOG.com. I don't know. I don't really have too many people that are even online right now. Do you got anybody on your list?
Yeah, I always, well, first of all, before I say that, I was just gonna look for anyone currently streaming the Crimson Diamond, because that's the first thing I check for. I knew. And then I check for someone streaming Colonel's Bequest, and if not that, then yeah, there tends to be people.
Somebody streamed it earlier today.
What?
Yeah, Daria Makes Games.
Oh yeah,
earlier today.
Oh, Daria, Daria. Oh, I didn't know she streamed again today with it. Oh, I didn't even look at that part.
Or maybe this was yesterday.
Yeah, I think it might have been yesterday. She played it. I met her at one of my GDC events GDC adjacent events and she played a bit, and then she said she was going to stream it. So she did, and that was really lovely. You go. But yeah, JBL says no one will be happy that when the TCD releases at the end of summer than Pushing Up Roses. I'm so excited, and Pushing Up Roses was saying she might come to Adventure Game Fan Fair. She's thinking about it, and I do hope that she's comfortable doing so, since she will, because I'd love to meet her.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, like for me, my go-to is Robot Spacer playing the Mortville Manor sequel, Malpidi Island, which might be the hardest game he's ever played.
Oh, Robot Spacer?
Yeah, I tend to rate up there.
Sounds good.
Just a favorite of mine. And thank you everyone for coming. And Dan, thanks for
Are you back on next week? Same Crimson Tuesday time and channel?
Yeah. I'll be doing that.
You got anything else going on in between now and then, stream wise or pop up kind of thing?
Not really. I do my Thursday recording for like Level 0 NPCs, where we release Sierra Saturday episodes. We've been playing
that's all recorded.
Yeah, that's so that you don't go. You don't come to that, but it does release on Saturdays for Dagger. We're playing Dagger on Raw right now. But yeah, nothing super like that you can catch me on like during the week or anything.
Okay.
But I'll see you guys next week. We'll do art. We'll work on that train station. We'll hopefully play Pantsmo. We haven't played Pantsmo in a while, and end off with Earthrise, which
Pantsmo's Pantsmic Adventure.
Pantaloon Adventure.
Pantaloon Adventure.
Pantsmic is not a real word, but Pantsmo is Pantaloon Adventure.
Pantsmo is a real word.
Never mind. Earthrise. Have you ever played Earthrise by Interstel? It's a text parser.
No, I think I just saw that you were playing it.
Yes, and it's excellent. It's a lot of fun. So I'll be back at that next week.
Have you heard of the Mega Traveler series?
No, what's this?
They're RPG. They're originally like paper and pen RPGs.
Okay.
But there's a couple of them for DOS.
Mega Travelers games.
They're RPGs though, so I don't know but the graphics I believe are EGA.
Oh my god! Ooh, that's very exciting.
They're
my
kind
god,
of
they're awesome.
Action RPGs, but they're I don't know how to describe them.
They look. I love the UI. I love UI like this. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of this. Oh, here we go. I'm showing it.
Okay, I think we're gonna be rating, but yes, also.
Yeah, we're gonna be rating in a second. Anyway, let's talk about the raid. We'll raid up a Robot Spacer, and we'll see you guys next week. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks. Did it go? Okay, it's going.
It is gone.
Yay.